Hello, folks. Hello, hello, hello. Here comes Karada, and 3, 2, 1. Karada, say something. Perfect. Excellent. Song ended just in time. I didn't give us a countdown that time because I was like,
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat,
here.
bro.
So that's like, we're good. All right. Bam. Hello.
There it is.
So things are a little different today because Forrest is getting her second jab of the COVID. Actually, no. She just got it. Yeah. Her second vaccination shot. So yay for that. That's good. But it's gonna put her in no mood to do the podcast. So instead of delaying it, we were just like, you know what? You can take the week off.
Yeah,
take the week off.
Growing a third, what's it called? A third limb. I think that would put me out of commission too, bro.
Like
I hear everyone's so scared. Yeah, everyone's so scared about like
you've got 4
crap.
limbs. You have 4 limbs ordinarily, so. That's not a limb.
So,
off to a rollicking good start.
Yeah.
Hey, Karada.
What's up, man?
I want to tell you something.
All right, I'm listening. I'm gonna put my volume up. All right, what you got for me?
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, what about it?
It's pretty good.
The game looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So why does the client look like crap?
Dude, like you don't judge a book by its cover, okay?
I can't read.
I mean, I don't like. Okay, I'm thinking about it right now. It's like thinking about all the MMO launchers I've seen in my time of playing MMOs. You know, I played a few. Final Fantasy 14 doesn't look that. Hold on, I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm literally gonna open Final Fantasy 14 right now to look at this launcher.
I still have it open. Not that I have the game.
This isn't that bad. It's like a nice like vanilla window, and then there's the Dark Knight on the right side. What's so bad about it? This looks great.
Well, you know what? In comparison, when I tried to launch like L Sword, because Santo tried to get me into it, that game just keeps crashing on me anyways. So honestly, this looks significantly better because at least the launcher's up. I haven't turned on the game yet, so who knows? But it looks neat. I just think that it kind of still looks, and I don't know, it just has this like Windows 7 like 1990s vibe to it where it's like
okay, hold on, you can't say Windows 7 and then immediately say 1995.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it just looks so old. It's like
you just don't like you just don't like the Manila look of it.
No, I'm okay with the color scheme and like the maybe the graphic look. It's just like in terms of like games and stuff now, when you look at a menu, I would have thought that for like Genshin, which is like a free game. Obviously, it's more up to date, of course, but it's a free game. And their website alone, I was like, what the crap? Why did you put so much effort into this? And it's really nice. And then I'm like, okay, this game I had to pay monthly for. So I'm expecting everything to at least look kind of neat.
Well, you
and
know
then I looked at the client and I was like, well, I feel like I'm gonna get a virus.
I think this is like the most nothing opinion I've ever heard.
That's just my opinion. That's how I am.
I give like zero credence to this at all.
That's fair. It's how I am. Look, I haven't even started the game, so I can't even say anything.
I
know,
yeah, exactly.
When you're in the game, it's gonna be great. But whatever I just launched, I feel like I'm gonna get a virus, and that scares me, bro.
He's gonna complain about the main menu and the character
I hear that the one before this though, because this is apparently the new launcher. The one that I'm looking at that I'm flaming right now, but apparently there's another older one that looks like some.
There's one that was like there's one that was like that's black. There was one that was like black. I'm trying to remember what it looked like. It was black and it had like the blue FF14 logo on it.
I could probably look it up and then see for myself too, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. If it bothers you that much, I'm sure you can find some way to.
What's it called? I guess old client launcher.
I don't know. I like this is stuff that I never really give much thought.
Does it say Stormblood? Well, I don't know that. No, that's a fan made one. Whoops. No. I don't know. I have to look for it sometime. You have to show this to me because I'm really curious what the old one looked like.
I'll be honest. I don't really care enough to look it up. Like, It's the launcher.
That's fair. That's
Who
okay.
cares?
Okay, that's fair. I'm sorry. I just had to bring it up because I looked at it and went,
It's like when you're playing like a Wii game. You remember when you would play a Wii
"Hmm,
game and you're on the Wii menu and you click on the icon and then
yeah,
the little animation comes up. It's like that's what you're complaining about right now.
a little bit, but at the same. Well, okay, hear me out though. That I'm gonna admit for the
The
Wii,
Super
like the Wii
Smash
U.
Brothers Brawl main menu
No,
is too loud.
not insane. I'm saying for the launcher. I just thought that would have been nice, but there is a good point that why would you spend resources on the launcher when you spend it on the game, and that's what's more important. I
Yeah.
just had to look at it. All right, I just looked at it and I was like, is this the right thing I'm downloading? Not that I'm downloading it or installing it, but like I was just looking at it.
Yeah, okay. Sure, right. I guess we can get into our weeks though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We'll start with me because while we're on the subject of Final Fantasy 14, like I
Okay, go
think
for it.
everyone knows that I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. I've been playing it for years, but like I've started streaming it a lot more these days because of lack of content in other games that I've been playing as well. And also helping Forrest through her
I have been
first
seeing that.
main playthrough of Final Fantasy 14. She just started like I'd say like a week ago or so. She already got to level 30 and upgraded her Lancer to Dragoon. And she's been like I feel bad that I'm speaking for her because like it's her experience, but like she's not here to talk about it. But I mean I can like so the way we were handling it is I know a lot of people probably wanted to see her stream this game on stream. But and this will go into a topic that we're gonna talk about later. But she was afraid of like backseaters for this game because that it could get really bad. Like as soon as like you get into the game, you're like running around. Some Andy in chat room is gonna be like, "Hey, press the menu button and then go into the setting. Make sure you set this, this, and this." And it's like, like MMOs, I think are the worst when it comes to that because they all mean well, right? All those people who are like, "Hey, streamer, make sure you have this setting in the options or whatnot," instead of letting people discover things for themselves.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we're doing it the way we're doing it right now, where it's me streaming, and then like there's like a little POV, and if you go to my channel, you can see
the
it.
little window.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
Like she's basically streaming it to Discord, and then I'm using the window capture to like put it right there. So people can still see her first playthrough experience with this game, while
But it
not
has to be through you.
Yeah, it has to be through me. I'm the gatekeeper here, right? If someone's like, "Hey, make sure Forrest does this," and I'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure you never come to this chat room ever again." Bam. And then, nah, not like that. Not quite like that. It hasn't been bad. Like, trust me, it hasn't been bad. And I've been kind of like chaperoning, curating her experience.
I heard the word chaperoning. I haven't heard that word since like grade school.
Well, it's like we're having fun. I think she's having fun.
Yeah,
I mean, she wouldn't have been playing it for this long if she wasn't having fun with it. I don't think. There was one night where she was in. So there's this thing called the Hall of Novices, where it's like a tutorial area for first time players.
Is it mandatory though?
I don't think it's mandatory, but it's strongly suggested that you do it because it gives you equipment that gives you an experience bonus.
That's all I needed to know because mandatory tutorials I absolutely despise, bro.
Well, it's a good tutorial though. It's really good because you can.
I'm just saying, if it was mandatory, I would hate it. But if you're saying strongly suggested, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, well, it's like I think at some point they'd probably force you to do it. I don't know. Like they put this NPC in front of. Actually, no, yeah, it's not required. But they put this NPC in front of like the first 3 dungeons, and then like they put it in the inns as well. And they're like, "Hey, that guy right there, you should probably talk to him." It teaches you about your role.
NPC? Or
what was that?
It's like the same NPC, or is it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It's been a while.
That's
I like at the point where the game introduced it, like I was far ahead of it already.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's a more recent thing that they added like a few expansions ago. It was never there when I started the game. So you had like tanks who would have like no idea what they were doing, wouldn't turn on their tank stands, healers who had no idea what they're doing, stuff like that. So that's why they added this, and the incentive, the extra incentive is it gives you good gear and like gear that gives you experience bonuses as well. So there's like very little incentive not to do it. Like you want to do it. But anyway, Forrest was doing her Hall of Novice thing, and I was waiting in the inn, kind of like a parent waiting for like their kid at daycare, just sitting in the waiting area, looking at my phone and shit. And off to the side of the inn, there's these two bards just playing music, and I think you might have seen a clip of this, Karada. Of like, there's these two bards at the inn just playing music. So I was like, okay, what the hell? I'm just gonna go over here and listen to them. Yeah, that was when I was doing the dancing.
Yeah.
But like, they kept going, and then they started building up a crowd. Like, so there was just a crowd of people just sitting around them, listening to them do their bard thing. And then eventually, I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get in there and dance. So then I started dancing. And then Forrest comes out, and she's like, "What the hell is going on out here?" and then we just like sat there for like an hour and a half or something. And then Teru Miyanaga, one of our friends from our stream, actually noticed our stream and noticed that we were doing this. And so she was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna bring a bunch of people here." So then they world transferred over to our world to go to the inn to like form an even bigger crowd. More people were dancing, more people were cheering. It was fucking awesome. I think that was probably the night where Forrest was like, fuck. Okay, now I'm in, Yeah. Now I'm in. It's a role player's dream, I think, this game. Because there's like so many like different systems that you can do to just like chillax and just do your own thing. Like the main focus of the game is the story. And it's a really good story.
I hear the story is actually really good, and I was told that years ago, but I didn't have the PC or the money to do any of this. So
I'd say it's arguably like the best Final Fantasy story in the whole series, and that's saying a lot.
Is it like is it because expansion after expansion there was more story, or is it like just base game story? It was amazing, and then they just added on for funsies and stuff.
Definitely with the expansions.
Okay.
So that's why I like. It's kind of unfair that I say that because it's like, well, it has so much like storytelling to tell over like its 3 and 4 and 5 expansions. But I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. It's fucking phenomenal. No stone left unturned. There's like no plot holes. Everything makes sense. It's easy to digest. The voice acting's all very well done, especially after they replaced a bunch of the voice actors.
Is it like after a certain expansion they replace it, or is
yeah, after A Realm Reborn, when you go into Heavens, where the whole voice cast just gets like flipped, for the better.
Okay, I was about to say, is that bad?
No, it's definitely a good thing. Not that the old voices were bad, but like the new voices are like, I think they're much better suited for the characters' personalities. So I think that was a good call. But Final Fantasy 14 has been like the flavor of the month. And I think it's gonna continue to be that.
It might be. I might. Yeah. Next month might be it for.
Like I know you've been feeling tempted, and this game
at me, bro.
It's been exploding. This game has absolutely been exploding, and its closest competition, World of Warcraft, has been like shooting itself in the foot constantly. Feel like on a daily basis. I'm sure you've heard all the news. I don't really want to get into that too much about all the lawsuit and allegations against Blizzard. Just because I feel like a lot of people already know a lot about that, and I don't really have anything meaningful to add on to that.
I'm not smart enough to even worry about it.
It's like some shitty stuff is happening, and it's been happening there for a while, and they're finally, reaping what they sow. Finally getting their just desserts for all the mismanagement and whatnot. So it's like kind of like a perfect storm for Final Fantasy 14 to just be like, yeah, no, we're the king now.
Yeah, we're gonna glow up right now.
Yeah. Like if you look at the categories, it's fucking exploding.
Oh yeah. I've only known Final Fantasy for like the random booms in viewers, but that's just because a lot of like Monster Hunter fans, they'll go from Monster Hunter to Final Fantasy and then come back to it later or some crap. like I think we talked about this before that like during World when there was nothing in World, all
Hmm.
the World streamers just dumped into Final Fantasy
Wait,
because they needed
really?
something more. Yeah, I remember that like how long ago, and I remember watching like all the different like 'cause, like I used to browse like all the channels like for World or GU,
Hmm.
and I'd be like all up in it watching people, seeing what they stream, and then all of a sudden a lot of them were going, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna try this game." Now I'm like, all right, I guess I'll. All right.
So
It's like yeah, that's all I know about it. And I
if
was
you
like,
if
okay,
you
I hear
if
it's
you ever
good.
started FF14, would you stream it?
Yeah, yeah. I that's what I was trying to do first was for stories or any game I play. It's one game first, and then the other game, and then whatever. So
Hmm.
like the only other thing aside was like when I tried that horror game one time, I would do a little bit of that and then go back to Monster Hunter. I would do a little bit of that, go back to Monster Hunter, or in some streams when I'm just kind of chilling, I'll do like I would like Feather or some crap, like some relaxing game or just some game for like
Right,
30 minutes. And then, okay, I'm going to go in now and play, Monster Hunter or something.
right.
For stories, I want to play completely through. I at least want to finish the story and then I can play everything offline. So I'm kind of like holding off until that.
Hmm.
But then after I finish stories, because Rise is not giving me anything, I was like, oh boy.
Oh boy,
It's like,
oh boy.
there's a whole lot waiting for me if I do, try
Yeah.
out Final Fantasy for a bit.
It's like I don't want to linger too much on Final Fantasy 14 on the podcast because that's been like going on for like the past few weeks. But like it's been like consuming more and more of my life now more than it ever has like back when I first started. Um, and I think it's mainly due to the fact that the community has grown so large. It's just popping off. It's like it's so
Oh yeah.
cool going to these beginner areas with Forest that I haven't been to in a while and seeing them so
Was kind of like
dense.
nostalgic or something.
Well, not only that, but like seeing them
Mm.
so dense and filled with new players. It's like holy shit. I have not seen this many players in these maps since like the game
Yeah.
first released. It's such a cool feeling. Um and the new player experience is so much better than it was like God. When did A Realm Reborn come out? 2014, 2013, or 2014? It's like almost 7 years older now or something. I don't know. It's getting there. It's
How
getting
old
to
is
the
this
10.
game?
Well, FF14 1.0 came out in 2010, 2011.
Dang, that is
I want to say.
so long ago,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the 1.0 version, which is you can no longer play that version because it's doo doo butt cheeks.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Um,
It's the exact words that I was
yeah.
thinking of.
If anyone is like curious about the story behind Final Fantasy 14 and like why it's such a miracle of a video game, there's a good 3-part documentary series on YouTube from the YouTube channel No Clip. I'd recommend you watch that if you have like an hour and a half to spare or something. I would
Yeah, I'd
watch
probably
it.
do that.
It's really fucking good. I linked it to Forrest because she was interested in watching that too. But
Mm.
yeah, I don't wanna delve too deep into FF14. I wanna save a lot of the FF14 talk for when Forrest gets back because she's been having a lot of
Oh
that
yeah, we're definitely
new
gonna have
player
another talk
experience.
there.
Yeah, and then I don't know. You might start it by then as well. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Other than FF14 though, been chipping away at stories too. I did stream some Rise yesterday, just to catch up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
like events that I was missing over the past few weeks. I have some words to say about that, but I think we'll save that for when we get into our
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. I have some. I think I have some choice words. I think the people in the crowd of Tam's too nice on Monster Hunter Rise. I think you're gonna want to listen to what I have to say.
I'm so excited for you ranting, bro.
Yeah, no. There have been people who have been like, Tam, I think you're too nice on Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm like, oh, just you wait, just you wait.
I'm just waiting for my moment.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god.
but that was about all I did over the past
Did
like
you
2 weeks.
continue a little bit more of Final Fantasy 9 too?
Oh yeah, that's been going on every
Lately?
Friday. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like, yeah, not much to say about that. I mean, I've just been chipping away at that game. I'm
yeah.
almost done with Disc 3. I think I've been addicted to the Chocobo minigame. Like the last hour of my
Whoa.
last Final Fantasy 9 stream
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
someone showed me a way to speed up the game without speeding up the timer for the Chocobo game. So it's like my Chocobo was moving around at like supersonic speed, in the hot and cold map, but the timer's still going down at like the same amount of time.
Oh, that's weird.
So it's like, I'm literally going in hyperspeed and finishing this mini game. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm addicted to this now. Yeah, stop.
Is that
or
just
do it off
by
stream.
itself? Is that fun by itself though, or is it just like
It is, and
you
it
just
levels up
kinda-
my chocobo, and it lets me get
Yeah,
better
that's what I know.
equipment and stuff. So that's why I'm mainly doing it. So next time I stream Final Fantasy 9, I'm gonna be like
an hour-long stream of just running back and forth.
well, no, I'm gonna be like a ball busting elite soldier because I've gotten so much cool equipment from the chocobo minigame. But yeah, that was about it. That was about it for me. It was like mostly Final Fantasy 14 and then Monster Hunter Stories 2 sprinkled in between. But Karada, what were you up to?
Dude, I slept last night.
Oh shit, congratulations.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a rarity these days.
Can you imagine?
How do you do that? How do you perform this sleep? I'd like to know.
So hear me out. I learned this from Sparkle. She told me if I close my eyes, it'll happen. I went, okay. Is it happening? And I was just kind of like,
okay, hold on, let me try it. Okay. No, I think I'm blind. Oh,
dang, I should have just hung up while I. Should have just hung up while I did that. But I mostly have been playing stories. Like I'm delving all my time like on stream for stories, and I've been looking into Final Fantasy. Hence why I'm talking more about it, but only looking because. I'll talk about that first because it's like a short thing.
Yeah.
When it was on sale, Final Fantasy, I bought it and it was like $20 for all this crap. And I'm hearing now that it's like sold out. And I was just like,
yeah. They ran out of digital pre-made digital codes. They ran out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I guess they didn't expect how many people were gonna get into it.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how much that is. For a storefront to run out of pre-made digital codes. They're not running out of physical card copies at like a GameStop. They're running out of like a sequence of numbers and letters.
It's great. And it's like when I tried it myself, like putting in the code or not that I did it, but when I put in the code and numbers and I was just like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of like permutations that you can have for and they ran out. I was like, oh my god.
They didn't run out of like all possible ones. It was more like they made enough to account for like their server load.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So they hit their server load. They hit the absolute maximum cap that they were willing to because I'm sure they never really foresaw like ever running out of those pre-made codes.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
But circumstances have led to where we are now, where the demand for this game is like so.
Yeah, it's starting to spike even more, and now that more people want it, they have to make more, and the more people want it, and the more people tell people that it's like on like out of stock. The moment it comes back, they're just gonna
It's topping its daily player count like every day for like the past like few weeks.
Is there an actual cap though, and how many people can play the game like period though, or is it just like
if I log in and go on my character, it goes into a loading screen and then immediately back out to the character selection screen, and it says you've been put in queue. You're like 50th in queue. For me on my data center, which is Primal, in the Ultros world, it takes about a minute and a half to get in.
That's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, because people are like always logging in, logging out, so you're eventually gonna get in. But there's a queue every time I log in now because the server is at capacity and it's like shitting itself.
So are they accounting for it and making more worlds then?
They're adding an They're adding an Oceania data center.
Okay, so there's an
Australian players and New Zealand players will finally have like a good dedicated data center to play on. And they're also adding cross data center play before the next
I hear that's later.
Out. Yeah.
November?
Endwalker's in November, so it'll be sometime before November. Sometime between now and November. They're going to add cross data center play. So we don't know how that's going to work, but that's exciting.
I'm hoping so. Yeah, because my other friend who's getting me into it was talking to me about it. But
yep. Yeah.
But that's all I had to say for like the Final Fantasy thing. But honestly, I've been playing the crap out of stories, and then I don't know. Last night I was just kind of low energy, so I was like, I'm gonna watch a movie, and I was just like, wow, it's kind of nice. So I was just kind of like relaxed. I watched what the crap was it? On Netflix, Lupin. I don't know.
Lupin the Third.
Yes, but it's like that the castle of like Cagliostro or some crap. It's like the animated one. It's like 1979. There was a chat that me and Forrest had. Remember we were saying that some movie was like 30 years old and it was actually 40.
Airplane.
Is that what it's called?
It was
Oh
Airplane.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, because we are talking about yeah. That was
1980.
we
Yeah.
were saying how it was 1980. We're like, yeah, man, that was like 30 years ago. And we're like, no, man, it's been 40. It's 2020. We were just like,
Just yeah. In my head, I thought 2010 was 2020. So I was like, no,
yeah,
that's 30. That adds up. And I was like, wait, hold up. We've been in this century for like 20
Ever.
years already.
That's crazy, man.
It's like after 2010, everything from like the year 2000 to present has always just been 10 years in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's gonna be 2030, and I'm gonna think 2000 was like 10 years ago. It's
Yeah,
gonna be it's fucked. My perception of time has been fucked.
but I remembered I remember that moment. I was like, oh dear God. But like when I was watching the movie, right? I was surprised because like old style like anime or just like animated like drawn whatever's.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate the older style of
Oh
like
yeah.
some of these shows. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the other ones was like Cowboy Bebop. I'm gonna watch.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch that soon. I have like this biggest like
That's
I
your
don't know
first
what the
time
word
watching it?
is.
That would be your first time watching it?
Yeah, because back when Toonami was still a thing on like cable television, right?
I think it's
I
still a thing. I haven't
well,
watched it, but I think it's.
I haven't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if people watch like on TV regularly now, because most people I think just watch it on like a computer or like Apple TV, like a smart TV. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I tuned in on Toonami one random night and I looked at a scene and I was like, oh, that that doesn't look like the beginning of a show or the middle. And I
Right.
went, ah.
Ah.
So I was like, yeah, no, this show I gotta not watch it for a while because I gotta like completely omit that from my memory.
Right.
And I don't know, I just randomly like a week or not really, maybe like a month ago, I was talking to like some IRL friends. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get over this because I hear this show's good. I'm gonna know that it's coming, whatever that is. I'm not saying what, but whatever it is. And I was just like, I'll watch it anyways. I just hear it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the one show I give the exception
It's
for.
like it's like one of those scenes where it's like show this scene to a friend to convince
Mhm.
them to watch this show or something.
Yeah. But
Or
that
like
was not
something
the
like that.
scene. That was not the scene.
Oh yeah.
I was so sad about it, but I was like watching it or like remembering at least Cowboy Bebop, and then like comparing like the Lupin the movie. I was like, dang, back then they really had like the colors, the way they varied and stuff, rather than like typical anime now. Where I think that the way they're explaining was that anime now, uh, every like object has its own light source or some crap, or it's like where everything like the art
Because
style now is very different than how you
everything's
have to
done
draw it or like
digitally.
make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think that
So
the
really
main
interesting.
thing is that anime back then in like the 80s and early
Mhm.
90s, uh, the artists had time. They had time, I think. That's at
I
least the
think I was
expression
like,
I get because like
I don't know.
a lot of it is like a lot of the classic anime that like looks
Mhm.
really good is like hand drawn animation. And
Yeah.
that takes time. That takes time.
Oh, it
Uh,
definitely does.
like back when it wasn't as big, I guess. I don't know, not as much money pumped into it.
Mhm.
I guess these artists just had more passion and time to, you know, animate
Oh yeah,
their
everything
scenes.
looks so good.
I don't know. Like obviously, I might be way off base, but that's just the impression I get
Mhm.
from watching things like Akira and
That's
uh
another movie I gotta watch soon. One of
yeah
my
and like
friends recommended it, but we haven't like done like a whole friend group watch
yeah
yet.
and, like old like Gunbuster, Mazinger C, old Gundam anime. You know,
Mhm.
seeing like all these like animations and being like, holy shit. Like how
It
much
was
like
pretty dope back then, bro.
that's always what my mind immediately goes to is like how much time did this take a person to do, you know? Like I forget
I
what
can't
it's
even
called, but like
imagine.
the you know the scene trope where like something launches missiles and then like you can see like all the missile
The
trails flying
smoke and
everywhere
crap.
and then like
Yeah.
yeah, like that originated in anime and it's called something. I forget what it's fucking called. But that particular missile barrage is called something, and it has a name, and it's named after the person who like invented that animation style of firing missiles. You know?
Salvo is a word that comes to mind when I think of missiles, but that's not the word. I'll look it up later. I will
Yeah.
say.
But you've definitely seen this trope used like
But I know what you're
everywhere.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like you cut to like a close up of like a robot, and then it's like
Mhm.
its turrets open up, and then
Yeah.
and then all the missiles like start flying in whatever
Yeah.
direction they want, and then they're like chasing like a really like speedy ship who's like doing all these maneuvers, and the missiles are
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
going everywhere. Yeah, it's like called
Is
like a
how
It's like called like a something circus. I want to say like, and the something is like who the person the guy who like first animated it.
do missiles now actually do something like that?
I have no
Do they
idea how real
actually
life missiles
track that?
work.
I actually never I just thought of it now. I'm like, I know there's like tracking, right? I know there's like, some sort of AI
Yeah.
targeting, I'm sure, but I'm like, I didn't realize until just now, is this at least a little bit like realistic?
Anytime I see like weapons or something represented on like a movie or a piece of fiction, I'm like, okay, so the real life equivalent is like probably several magnitudes more boring than
More
what I'm seeing
underwhelming.
right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like there's no way. There's like that those scenes where like someone's in a fighter jet and there's like a monitor and there's like
Mhm.
beeping noises and then there's like these two square reticles
Yeah.
like trying to track the target. I'm like, there's no way that's how it works in real life.
I'm
Like,
sure it's
there's
like
no way. I don't know.
they also make it like so you know how much music and like sound effects take into account like the overall atmosphere a movie will get, like your everyday life you don't have music or like sound effects and crap, right? But
What, you don't?
it and- are you walking around like a Looney Tune?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm kind of jealous,
No,
bro.
man. It's all the time.
But like just like picturing if you were literally just a fighter in a jet and
Hmm.
it's just silence and radio static and whatever commands coming in, and then you get somebody firing at you, you're only thinking about like life or death, and then for us it's like, yo, this is a wild fight.
I know.
Like it's just getting crazy.
It's like our perception of like a lot of real life things, because we've never
Mhm.
experienced it, has like been not tainted, but like heavily influenced by like the media we consume. So
Mhm.
I think that's why you always get those stories like those starry-eyed
Oh, like
army
Wanted, bro.
recruits.
That Wanted is the most realistic gun play
Wait, is
I've
that the
ever
one with
seen.
like James
Yeah,
McAvoy where
yeah.
he's fucking like curving bullets? Oh my god! So like, is there? I feel like there's probably a MythBusters about that one.
I wouldn't be. I think I don't know. I feel like I watched it. I want to say I feel like I've watched it, that they have done
I
it.
definitely
Because
have
there's
watched.
no way that like multitudes of like people who do that crap like wouldn't cover some random curving a bullet, bro. It was cool. It was cool.
It's like I feel like if you to have enough force to like where you whip your arm around and shoot so that the bullet
Mhm.
would curve, I feel like that amount of force would just like pull your arm out of its socket. So
Mhm.
it's like a one-time thing where it's like I'm gonna curve my bullet, but it's gonna cost me like literally my arm. Like it's just gonna be like across the room after I'm
I
done
think
shooting.
even that aside, Tam, even if you had to turn like your gun, right?
Hmm.
The bullet's still in a barrel.
Yeah,
So it's just wherever the barrel
it
points
has some
is
travel
going
time. Yeah,
straight.
it. I think
So
the
like,
idea was that like
you know what I mean?
the way they were whipping their arm was like faster than like the amount of time it took the barrel to like the bullet to leave the barrel of the gun.
Yeah,
So
but
what was
that's what I was saying.
happening
Like
was
the
like
bullet or the barrel's not like
it's so
curving
like
with them. You know what I mean?
the more I think about it, the more I want to just
It
I don't
was a
know.
fun movie. I'm not gonna lie. It was a fun movie to
I'm gonna start a
watch.
Twitter
But
rant thread about Wanted.
I'm gonna retweet it for you. I'll retweet
Yeah,
it for you like 100 times,
I'm
bro.
not smart enough to write a Twitter thread like that. I do
But
enjoy reading
yeah,
those Twitter threads where it's like, all right, guys, I'm watching this movie. I'll be back, and then like every like minute is like another reply to the tweet of like continuing their impressions.
what was that? What was it? A Twitter that you showed me before? That it's just them posting the same Wii Shop something or other video.
Oh,
Like they made
We
some
Shop Channel
song.
Wednesdays. Yeah,
Oh my god! I just remembered you shared that to me, and like I've literally watched it like on Wednesdays at random. I'm like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome, bro.
it's it's
I'll
Nirvana the
actually watch
band,
that.
but not
Mm.
actually the band.
Oh
So
my god!
it's
But yeah,
good.
that
It's one of my
that
favorite videos.
was for the most part like my week other than like I didn't want to go too heavy into stories like
Because
talking about it.
we're about to get heavy
Yeah.
into it. In fact, you want to get
Oh
heavy
yeah,
into
yeah.
stories right now? All right,
Oh
let
yeah.
me
Do you
update
want
the
to go
topic
first?
here.
Because you said earlier that you're a little bit before. I'm a little
I
bit
think
after
so.
you.
Like, okay, the point I am at in the story right now is so I've been in the snow village for like the past 2 weeks, just because, and I know people are like, "Tam, you're so fucking slow at this game." Yeah, I've been milking it
Yeah.
dry. Okay, I've been milking it dry. But I just beat the Kezu that was like terrorizing people in the cave. Which it's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
because as soon as they mentioned the location and that a mysterious monster was in, I was like, "Oh, that's a Kezu." I was joking around on stream saying that like, "Oh, it's a Giganox," but no, it's a Kezu.
What
It's a
was your first
Kezu.
impression when you saw it though?
The
Were
Kezu?
you mad?
Uh, in
If
like at this point, okay, at this point when I see Kezu instead of Giganox, I'm just like, I don't know why I get
Yeah,
surprised anymore. It's like
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't clip it, but when I first when I came into the cave, I actually saw a red Kezu, and I looked at it and went, ah. I was like,
wait, you saw a red
no.
Kezu before
Yeah, I
Kezu?
saw a red one wildly. I didn't even
What?
like get to the store. Yeah, I was just walking in like the cave or some crap, and I went, no.
That's crazy.
So bad, bro.
That's crazy. Wait, I didn't know you could like see a red Kezu so early.
I don't know. I
Hmm.
saw it, and I don't. I think I have an egg for it now because it retreated. But I was like, dude, no. And I was like, in that moment, I thought about it. I was like, yo, I gotta clip this for Tam because genuinely, had it been like a Giganox, I would have been super excited. But because it's a red Kez, I was like, dude,
Dude,
no, no,
if like
please.
if they start coming out with trailers for Monster Hunter 6, I'm going to make a reaction for like every stream, and it's like that's how it's just going to
Where's
be like,
Giganox? Where's
Giganox is in this trailer, yeah.
He's
Here
gonna
comes
bring this one,
Giganox,
guys.
boys and girls. I said this. I said this on my stream, and it's clipped. If Giganox is not in Monster Hunter 6, 25 gift subs.
Who though?
For me, I'm going to give out 25 gift subs to my channel.
You're gonna tell everybody this specific month nobody subbed to me.
No, not even that. It's just I'm just going to gift 25
Just dump
subs.
them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That'd be so
If
funny.
it's not in Monster Hunter 6, that's how I'm like, that's how certain I am that, like, hey, they're gonna bring him back. They gotta bring it back.
I not gonna lie, I actually would have liked the Giganox more than Kezu coming back.
I think
Like,
most people do.
I don't say it ever. I don't say it ever. I just like watching you get really mad about it, but I don't say my opinion on it.
It's like
I really would like to see a Giganox back because I don't know what it is, but I don't the Kezu with the. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's gotten to the point where it's like almost parody in terms of like how passionate I am about Giganox.
Yeah,
Like it was never a joke. It was never a joke. Like I've always genuinely thought Giganox was like one of the coolest monsters, one of the best designed monsters, one of the funnest monsters, like funnest, most enjoyable monsters. This was never a bit. Like I fucking love Giganox, and when I see Kezu, I'm like, I get like this reading from Capcom, like, oh, we only need one faceless, creepy cave wyvern, you know, and we're gonna choose Kezu every time, motherfucker.
I'm just picturing Capcom going, no. You know what? We can't bring in Giganox. We need to piss off this one guy.
This one guy, I'm like getting like targeted by Capcom. It's like, hey, hey, boss, I had this cool new model of Giganox. He was like, great, delete it and put Kezu there.
Yeah. But I heard this one guy on the internet really likes Giganox, so let's just not give it to him, bro.
Like, if I was the only one that liked Giganox, that'd be one thing. But like,
yeah.
I feel like every time I've asked this question, most people respond with like, yeah, Giganox is better. I like Giganox better than Kezu.
You know what it might have been though? I think it's because people lump in your argument about like the Glavenus like back spikes that they like render whatever opinion like, you know. I think that might be why people like just think that you're joking with Giganox because people are like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Just you know what's funny?
Like, I didn't say. Yeah. What's up?
Is we have an opposite conversation about another monster on my stream now. So you know how Glavenus is like over designed because its back spikes are like ridiculously huge and it doesn't ever use them.
Yeah.
Basarios has an under designed tail. Because like the way Basarios attacks in stories too is it like turns around, does its tail whip, and I'm like, why? Just run into the motherfucker. What are you turning around like with your little like ThinkPad cursor nub of a tail? Just
like a little Vienna sausage tail, bro, and it slaps the crap out of you for like a third of your health.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Just run into the guy. Just because you have a tail doesn't mean you have to use it like that. Like, is he cheats? I don't know.
I guess they also just didn't want like Gravios to have the same like movement because it's just the same monster. I mean, they are, but
yeah, they literally are. Yeah, Gravios has like a big tail at least, so like, I mean, I guess Basarios' tail grows, but I have a feeling that Basarios and Gravios were never meant to be the same monster.
I don't think they fought the same. They didn't. If I remember correctly, in 4U, they didn't really fight the same in 4U.
No, the only
every
thing
time you see them, you like lump them in together because big dumb rock monster. You know.
Well, no, and Gravios is literally a Basarios that's grown up.
Oh, is it? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, that's literally the lore, which is even weirder. Why you can get Gravioses and eggs?
Wait, is it lore from 4U, or is this like that
all the way in the all the way in the first game?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Basarios and Gravios were both in the first game.
Oh, I had no clue that it was a...
Yeah. And the Gravios was the only time I timed out of a quest in Monster Hunter 1.
Oh, is it because you kept dinking? Because what was
that?
It
I was in like
game too, right? You keep dinking and it's like half your damage pumping out or something.
Yeah, it's like you dink once and then all of a sudden your sharpness is like down in the underworld and and that you have like 50
was rough.
Yeah, you have like 50,000 frames of recovery for the Gravios, so you just like slowly, nonchalantly face you and then beam you in the face.
Oh, dude, no, it's my favorite thing. And then it curves the beam. You know what I mean? Like
because it whips its like neck. Dude, could you imagine like a Leviathan with like a long neck and it does a breath where it like whips its neck and then like the beam curves or something? Imagine that.
You mean like
Agnactor?
Or Agnactor? Yeah,
I'm talking about like not just a beam, but like a fireball where like it'll like whip its neck and then the fireball will like curve, you know?
Oh my god! It's like, wait, they do that already. I didn't even think about you meant like that. It like tracks in this like drifting motion.
like exactly like Wanted, where it's like James McAvoy does this dumb like, and then the bullet goes like. Like imagine you're trying to find cover. Imagine if you're trying to find cover from like a monster's fireball and it like trajects around the wall and it hits you.
I feel like the only thing that they kind of have like that, Gypsaros, when it shoots the venom in the sky, that crap has like tracking or some crap because that.
Well, it definitely. I don't know
sometimes, man.
I think it definitely snapshots your last position when before it shoots, but I mean I'm talking about like horizontally curving. Kind of like Thunderlord Zenogre, you know, when it does, or like Zenogre where it does like the curving fireballs or the thunderballs.
I think it's not drastic enough to be like, yeah, that's Wanted. It's like just a slight thing. That's why it's just the farther you are out, obviously the curve will be more prominent. But that's why like when you're like within range as a melee, like it's just a really big hit for you, especially like with a Hyper Zenogre. Those balls are massive, bro.
Yeah. All right, so.
Pause.
Have you seen that? Have you seen this clip of Green Plesioth in stories too? The Green Plesioth has a move in stories too where it hip checks and it hits everything. And I think it's called Hyperspace Tackle.
I've yet to see this, bro. I think I fought one Plesioth, and I was just mad the whole time. And I wasn't mad at. I think I was to the point where I just didn't care about the fight. I just didn't want to look at it and kept talking to chat when I did fight.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with that because like it's called Hyperspace Tackle or whatever it's called. Like you don't call something hyperspace without making it like fill up like all of tape's space time in itself. You know.
Yeah.
And it hits everyone like on your side. So it's like it's fucking incredible. They knew what they were doing with that move. I love it.
Well, there's also a funny check in AoE.
Yeah. There's also a funny edit that I've seen where someone edited it so that the Green Plesioth was like facing the other direction and it did the hip check and it still hit everyone.
That's a good. I gotta see that later. You gotta send me
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'll link it later. But
Mm-hmm.
it's fucking hilarious. There's a lot to like about stories too, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've gotten over my honeymoon phase of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with the honeymoon phase with it, so now I'm able to look at the game with a more critical mindset, I think. And I think the last Stories 2 stream I did really compounded these feelings and made me feel stronger about them, and that the music just isn't there when you're like walking around the fields, when you're in the
Yeah,
caves.
exactly.
Absolutely
Yeah,
no
no.
music. It's like, okay, at first it bothered me a bit, but I was like, you know what, that's fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, oh my god, the silence is deafening.
Yeah, it's the randomest times too. Like I'll have been at the catavan, right?
Hmm.
I go to some base of the mountain in the snowy area, right?
Yeah,
I'm there, and then when I go like 2 paces to the left, it just there's no more music anymore, and I go back,
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, 2 paces back inward, maybe the music will come back. It's freaking nothing. I
like
don't
yeah.
get what triggers the music.
For a series that's so well known for its amazing music, like there's not much of it.
I don't know.
Especially like,
Maybe it's
and what
because
really bums me out is that like when you fight like a Tigrex or like Gammoth,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get their theme. You don't get their theme.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that either.
I hate that. I hate that because like part of the reason why I love a lot of the monsters is because of their unique themes. It fits their
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
personality so well. But like when you're fighting a Royal Gammoth and it's just like the basic, you know,
Whatever
basic
area,
synthesized
some crap.
orchestra or
Yeah,
whatever that's playing instead of like the Gammoth theme.
that makes me sad because honestly, like back when what was it Monster Hunter Gen was first coming out,
Hmm.
my friend told me like he sent me the song. He goes, "Hey, what out of these songs, which one's your favorite?" I listened to it, and the one that I chose out of all of them was the Gamut theme because the Gamut's theme is just such a really good feeling.
It fits her
And
really well. Yeah.
I didn't even realize like in this game like the music for like the monsters themselves aren't there.
Hmm.
I've just been listening to like, oh, this snow area is really nice. The snow, I can't remember the name. Lulu something or other.
Uh,
Loken Lok
I actually can't remember, and I'm actually in that village right
I
now. And
don't
I
know
can't
none of the
remember.
area names because all they are to me are just different lists of things. I can't think
They're
of
not
it.
as memorable as the mainline Monster Hunter games. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I was just kind of like when I get there though, I think the first moment when I got to the ice village or whatever though, I was like, wow, this is really nice music. Like, and you know, the aesthetic is really nice, and I was really
Yeah.
happy about it. And I guess after it like loops one time, it just nothing.
It
Like all
just
the music's
stops. Oh,
gone.
that's so
Yeah,
bad.
and I don't get that. I guess they don't expect you to stay in an area long enough for to keep playing a song or some
I
crap. I
don't know.
don't know.
I like it's definitely noticeable that it's definitely apparent that they didn't really put much in thought into the music. Like
Mm-mm.
the music, the battle music sounds generic. Like I'm sorry, it just does to me. And
Yeah,
no
yeah,
music in dens or monster nests or like the overworld even is like a
mm.
travesty. Even if it was like something like, you know how like Breath of the Wild has like those like little piano notes that just start playing as you're like just like riding down the field.
Yeah.
Occasionally they'll just like have like a little piano like melody or something.
Yeah,
Like even
I haven't
something
played.
even something small like that. I don't know. So it's like
I
you're roaming in Breath of the Wild and there's no music, but then sometimes when you're roaming in like the fields, you hear like a little like
Mhm.
dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
And it's
my
like just like some
experience
really
with
nice
Breath of the
piano.
Wild is nowhere near anybody else's. I had the Switch for a Christmas present. I loaded it one time, Breath of the Wild. I loaded it and I went, wow, this menu is really pretty. And I walk around, I'm like, oh yeah, this is really neat. I kind of like this game. All of a sudden, giant rock golem comes up, slaps the crap out of me, and I'm like, oh, I died within the first 30 seconds of the game. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna put this down now.
It's a brutal
And
game.
immediately, my other friend who also just got a Switch, he was like, "Hey man, can I borrow your game? Because you know I want to play the game, but I don't want to. I can't buy it right now or whatever." Like he wanted to use it, and I was like, "I'm not playing my Switch
Hmm.
because Monster Hunter wasn't out yet." So I was like, "Yeah, you can play it." So I literally gave the game to him, and like 2 years passed before I get Breath of the Wild again, and I look at the cartridge and I'm like, I don't even I don't even think I want to play this game
I
anymore.
don't want to play with you anymore. Just fucking
That's like
drop.
that's the extent of my Breath of the Wild gameplay. My brother is nasty with like he's like 100% it or some crap, and I just went okay. I can't tell you like how
Yeah.
cool it is because all I've done is like on his game I'll fight like a Lionel or whatever, and then that's the fun of it for me, just fighting something and killing it. But then that was it. I don't
I
know
was
anything about like the
I was playing
music
the
or like the small little characters. Maybe they had hero. They had like a fighting esque one, like a Dynasty Warrior. What the crap is the
Hyrule
Dynasty one?
Warriors.
Hyrule
Hyrule
Warriors.
Warriors.
That
Yeah.
one was really neat though. Seeing all the different moves and stuff, and
Yeah.
that one I really liked.
When it runs above 20 frames per second. Ugh. Ugh. I'm sorry.
It's not that
I'm sorry.
funny.
I shouldn't be saying that because like a lot of people have been like kind of giving me grief about like how much I'm been talking up the PC version of Stories 2. Like
Mhm.
I'm not down. I don't want to like. I don't want to like dissuade people from playing the Switch version.
No.
Because like
You haven't given me
like
that
yeah,
vibe at
if you
all.
have a Switch and you want to play Stories 2, by all means play it on Switch. Like I don't care. I only care about what I play on. And what I play on, I like to play on like whatever
Whatever gives you the highest
platform.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever platform gives me the best experience. In terms of like graphics and stuff, and
Yeah,
how
that's
well it
completely fair to
performs.
me.
Yeah. I just like to poke
I
fun at like how much the Switch is like burning on fire when an egg gets hatched.
I will say I looked at it again, I think 2 nights ago when I was streaming, and I went, yeah, I see that. Like when I came to your stream and you were hatching stuff, and I was kind of like sending you the I
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
you the
You were
screenshot.
making comments constantly about like, wow, this looks so smooth. I'm like, I know.
I genuinely was like, dang, this looks dope. I kind of sad that I didn't get this on PC now. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to double dip only for the fact that it looks really nice. Like the movement, the when the eggs hatch, like obviously how the power of the PC can make it look. And
Yeah.
I was like, dang, this was awesome. And then I looked at me on the Switch and it's like, yeah, I'll deal, but it's still cool to me because it's still my first Monster Hunter Stories game.
Yeah.
But then when I watch other streams that do PC, I'm like, dang, I'm missing out, bro.
You're not missing out on like any content or anything. In fact, you
No,
probably have
of
more
course.
content because like the Rise compatibility. But um,
Oh dang! Well, whenever Rise comes to PC,
that's true. Yeah.
I guess they'll probably do something then.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we're on the subject of Stories too, though. This was
yeah, what's up?
a report from 2 weeks ago. I think July 19th. So yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And it's a tweet from the Monster Hunter site, the Monster Hunter Twitter. I'm sorry. The numbers are in. Monster Hunter Stories 2 has shipped over 1 million units worldwide. Thank you, new riders, for embarking on this journey adventure with us. I can't read today. But yeah, over
Okay,
1
I can
million
read
units
your.
shipped of Monster Hunter Stories 2. To give context to that number, and by the way, it says specifically shipped. I don't know if that means sold. It could just mean like we successfully shipped 1 million units to like game stores. But
Because
a lot of
people are buying
other
them a lot. But
yeah, a lot of other sites are reporting sold. So I don't know what to trust. VG chart says sold.
it could just be a matter of wording though. Anyways,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
it's just that's just the word they went with. Unless if they want to be very vague about it, because it just sounds better. I
I
don't
know,
know.
but like I mean, it's still an incredible feat considering what Stories 2 is, and that's like
Oh yeah,
over 3 times more than Stories 1. Because Stories 1 only sold about like 300K on the 3DS.
only.
Yeah, I mean,
It still sounds like a big
considering the
number to
size of
me. Yeah.
Capcom, I think they're like they're expecting like bigger numbers, especially from a brand like Monster Hunter, which is like their
Oh
big
yeah.
golden goose, you know. Um, but
I'm glad that
still,
it's made such a huge boom though,
yeah,
because
yeah, all the
it's
marketing and
awesome.
everything, plus a lot more people getting to know Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World,
Hmm.
getting them in there and being like, wow, what's this? This is certainly new. Wonder what this is all about. Uh, I also unironically want a new Monster Hunter game in the style of Stories, in terms of like art.
Art, yes, art.
Yeah.
I can be fine. Well, see, when I was gonna talk about the Kezu now, I there was one thing that really irked my nerve. I can't hear me out. I'm not a fan of Kezu in this game.
Okay,
In GU,
we're on the same
he
page.
looks like rubbery and like, tough, like a monster, right? When
Okay,
we went to stories, he looked like a wet marshmallow with lipstick and whatever veins, but he looked like a wet
he wasn't
marshmallow.
shiny. He was like very matte.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then in now this game, he looks like a red, like matte carpet, and I'm like, or not red, sorry, not. Well, that's how I felt when I saw the red guys. I was like, why does he look like freaking like a curtain, bro? You know what I mean? It just, I
Mhm.
don't know, the way they look. They're all different iterations of Kezu, but they all look different, and all of them I don't. Well, I mean, GU I liked, but like the God dang, I'm thinking of three games. The Rise version, I was like, no, I don't want to look at him anymore. The
So
stories one, I
even
was
more
like, I
reason
just
to
kind of
need
wish it was
Giganox back.
Giganox. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I
Uh,
was like, ugh.
someone
Like,
someone
poor
in
he looks
chat
in stories, bro.
someone in chat
What?
mentioned comparisons between stories and Pokemon and wants to know what we think about the comparison between stories and Pokemon. I think it's a pretty clear cut answer in that I think Capcom cares a lot more about Monster Hunter stories than Game Freak does about Pokemon, and it shows in the product. I feel like I don't know. That's how I see it. A lot of the information, like stuff like EVs and IVs with Pokemon, that's information that's hidden from you. So it makes it
Oh
pretty
yeah, they
difficult
put it
to
way
like,
out there for us though.
yeah, in
I
stories they're
like
just
that.
like, here's all the information you need to know about your Monstie. If you want to
Go
customize it
wild.
further, go at it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
go at it. And the combat is refreshing and fun. It's not like a one hit KO fest like in Pokemon. That's one of the
Yeah,
biggest things I
it's
don't like about
yeah.
Pokemon is that like you get to a gym and you're like, oh, this gym leader looks badass. He's got like all these cool Pokemon. All right, I'm gonna send out one Pokemon that has type advantage against all of them and just like one shot all of them. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's like, oh, that's Pokemon
I think
has
a
this
lot of
way of like it has this way of like setting up big moments that end in like 2 seconds.
yeah. And then I was gonna mention that I think my brother and I think a couple of their friends, they actually were super into like VGC and stuff and like doing whatever, like
The big
I don't know what the
Pokemon
term is,
tournaments and
but like
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like those types of things. And they'll they were trying to teach me and stuff, and I thought it was really neat. But often enough, like from the outside looking in, I was just like super into it. But they were just like it's pretty much battle of who can take the board by, one shotting this guy and then getting rid of this guy, like immediately having the move that mitigates this threat, like
Hmm.
off the bat. Unless if you have like one of those like quirky teams that like you can stall and then it'll be like a battle of attrition or whatever. I
Yeah.
think there's something like that too, but I really do like the stories thing because I don't mind the weapon triangle. I think it's still neat. It's still a good mechanic because it's simple and there's a lot of like I mean, even without, if they didn't have the triangle, then we probably wouldn't have like the really cool like double attacks
Well,
and
there's
then
a lot of
you
things
know,
going on with like in terms like it's like
yeah.
what weapon type is good against it, what attack type is good against it, what element is good against it. And it's like
We
there's
can
there's
go into
like
that
three
in a second, too.
factors. Yeah, there's like a lot of
I,
different layers to this.
I think we were both like astounded. We fought. You were fighting a Baroth.
I
I was
fought
there
Bells,
in
yeah.
chat.
Hmm.
How did they choose the weakness for weapons on these monsters? Because some of these don't make sense.
Yeah, our like
I
we're trying to
could have
use our
swore,
we're trying to use our
bro.
legacy knowledge of Monster Hunter to be like, okay, so this weapon
Uh,
type is probably good against a Barroth at this part, right? And then the game was like, fuck you,
no,
no,
no.
use
Use
a
a
cutting
bow on
weapon
Barroth.
against Barroth's head, okay?
It's
Like
like what?
what?
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it either.
Yeah, someone mentioned in chat some monster tails are weak to hammer. Like what? Like not all of them are
Exactly.
Duramboros. Like
It doesn't
for
make sense.
Duramboros it would make sense.
Oh yeah,
But
because you got that club tail.
yeah, but like for other monsters it's like what the hell? I mean, I guess realistically you would be able to like sever a tail with a hammer, I guess. If you hit it hard enough.
Yeah, if you bludgeon it enough.
You bludgeon it enough and then like it's like just a bunch of like just mashed meat of like yeah. Ugh.
Whatever you have left of a tail after beating it to,
Yeah. It's
to that
dust.
point where it comes off.
Yeah. Um yeah,
Oh my
it's like
god.
I don't know. But that's not really a problem that I have with the combat. Really, it's more of
Mm,
like it took me by surprise, but it doesn't like deteriorate from my experience. But I think that
mm,
like I have been feeling a little burnt out from stories. I'm not gonna lie, and
mm.
that actually might be a bad thing because I'm not even that far into stories.
Yeah, I'm hearing that for the both of us that we were nearing like that halfway point for the story of the
Yeah, that's
game.
what I've been told. Yeah,
So, I mean, cool.
I think there's a
I mean for you, but when you said that you're over the honeymoon phase,
yeah.
so that you can appreciate like all the stuff, I was kind of the opposite,
Mm,
where I thought the game was kind of like, man, this
I lost
fighting
you.
system suck. Oh,
Wait, you're muted.
what?
Oh, oh, we lost him.
How am I
Dream come
muted?
true. I'm just kidding.
What? I was like, what?
Wait,
Am I still
Karada, something
muted?
happened here. Wait, did I deafen? I did not. I'm not deafened on. I'm not
What do
deafened.
you
You hear
mean?
Karada? Wait, you
Can
guys can
you?
hear Karada? I cannot
Hey,
hear
he can hear
Karada.
me. Yo, guys, he called me smart one time. He won't tell you, but he called me smart, and that was awesome. And I'm like super excited about it. He said on his stream, I don't know if I knew he clipped it, but I was super excited. He called me smart.
Wait, okay, I think I fixed it. Say something.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I was just testing the audio, seeing if everyone can hear me.
Yeah. You wanna know what happened?
Did your
I bumped this
the crap is that?
on my headphones. There's a little dial, and
Okay.
it rubbed up against something and turned it all the way down. So I was like, wait, I just lost you. What happened? Huh?
It was
And I
just
was
like,
like,
what?
oh,
Yeah, I also on this. I was
here we
like,
go.
how did I get? My hands are here, bro. I haven't touched my mic or nothing. I haven't touched the table and like.
I was like, wait, what happened? Oh my, I don't even remember what we were talking about. What were you talking about?
Dang, I don't know. You were here too. I don't remember.
Fuck.
Oh,
Honeymoon phase.
we were
You had the
halfway.
opposite
Yeah,
of a
yeah, yeah,
honeymoon
yeah, yeah,
phase.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was. Oh my god, that was a wreck. Yeah. So you were saying how you had the honeymoon phase, and
Yeah.
then or you're
Big
out of it
makeout
now,
with the game. Yeah.
and then I was like, man, this style of fighting is like weird. Like I didn't like it in the beginning, and then like I had who is it? Like Kaizo when he came to my stream, he was like, "Hey, yeah, try this and do this," and then explain things, and it was really helpful. And then I went, "Oh my god, how you fight in this game makes sense now." So like I unveiled whatever, like it made more sense and everything
What
clicked, and
was
I was like,
the
"Oh, now it makes." No, I was just running in and hitting green beats blue. That's all I knew, bro.
a lot of like, and I think
Mhm.
it's really exemplified by like Royal Monsters. That's where it like really
Oh yeah,
tests you.
yeah.
Where you start to figure out, okay, I want to exploit double attacks. I want to, try to predict what skills they're gonna use based on if they're targeting a monster or not. Um, kind of thinking ahead with everything. It's a really interesting combat system, but I think it works really well. I really appreciate it over something like Pokemon, for
Out of
example.
like the 10 maybe streams or so that I had of like stories,
Hmm.
th- like 6 of them were me being me and just hitting things
Right.
until Kaizo explained it. And then I was like, dude, double attacks are in this game? Like, I
Oh
had
yeah,
no
yeah. You
clue,
exploit the
bro.
shit out of them. Yeah, you have to exploit the shit out of
Yeah.
those.
I did it for the Gammoth because they were explaining to me how like busted that fight is, and I was like, okay,
Oh my
okay.
god, like yeah,
But
yeah.
oh
So
my god.
that fight would be ridiculously easy if it wasn't for her snow stomp attack.
Yeah.
That's the killer. Like she does that attack like twice and you're done. You're done.
Even once I was getting bodied, but I did it one time and everybody died. I was like,
Hmm.
dang.
Well, it's like yeah, she uses it once, and if you're like low enough level to where you can't survive even one of those, then like that's like four
Yeah.
hearts immediately gone,
Yeah. I'm pretty
like
sure
across
that's
the
what
board.
happened for me.
Yeah.
It was wild, bro. Oh my
Other
god.
than that move though, like you could totally exploit her because she only does like power attacks, I think. So
Yeah,
like you could
I
exploit her with
didn't
like speed attacks.
I didn't think about that. I was like, are you telling me I could just do this the entirety of the game? And they're like, yeah, for like 70 turns. I was like, why would I even? And then I tried. I was like, all right. I was like, okay.
That's probably the strategy that people employ for like end game monsters, where it's
Yeah,
like
they probably
you don't
find
even
the
you don't
move.
get
Yeah.
to like you don't get to move at all. It's all me and my double attacks, baby.
It's really interesting though, because the other thing I was noticing was how they chose certain monsters to be specific.
Types.
Yeah, because like Zenogre goes through all three,
Uh huh.
and like Gammoth is only one. and then like some of them that are like speed types are technical, or like some of them are speed. I would have thought they were like a technical and then a power or some crap, and I'm like, huh, it's weird, but okay, I guess it's cool. I guess I don't know. Like Zenogre going through all three was like that was really trippy for me. I was like, how the he? Which one do I? What?
Yeah.
I was so confused the whole fight. I don't know if you had that moment at all in any of the other fights. If like
not really, it's more
weird.
like it just took me by surprise because I was like, oh well, Zenogre can go through all three. Okay, that's pretty cool. Zamtrios can go through all three as well. When it's like when it's regular, I think when it's regular, it's technical.
Yeah.
When it's armored, it's speed, and when it's fat, it's power.
Dang, I forgot what he looks like when he's fat in this game.
Yeah. I mean, you know what a Zamtrios, you know what a puffed up Zamtrios looks like. It looks like this.
Oh, but I want to just with the story's art style because I really have come to love
it's like a little, it's like a balloon, dude.
Yeah,
it's
like
a water balloon.
I want to remember. Yeah,
it's like a giant beanbag. It's great.
But I see that we're both like toward the same point in the story, which is interesting because I was nervous the entire time of thinking about like for the longest time since stories have been out, I took my time with the game, just like dicking around with it and having fun running around and not even leveling, just running around and doing the dumbest crap or trying to fight the same monster a million times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just having fun taking my time, and then now I'm like looking at everybody else's streams, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want spoilers, but everyone's just blown past me in like the story. I'm like,
oh my god, is that a Glup Shatala?
Yeah, it's like I remember we talked about this with Tam and stuff about like spoilers and stuff, and like say for Rise when it was coming out, like he just completely like didn't look at like social media and crap. And now I'm like, dang, I open like 10 tabs at any point in time throughout the day. If you see me online, I'm probably lurking on at least 10 tabs. And every single one that's doing stories, I'm like, nope, scroll down, looking at your panel. I'll type in the chat, but I'm not going to turn on the audio because I don't want to know what I hear. Right. And then I'll know, you know what I mean? And then I'm just like, even then, when I have to open a tab, I see like a thumbnail. And I'm like, crap, there it is. There's a spoiler already.
So... Besides
so
those types of spoilers, have you had to deal with much backseating in your chat for this game? Because usually for Monster Hunter in general,
yeah,
I feel like if you know what you're doing, the backseating isn't as prevalent, and you know what you're doing in Monster Hunter, so I don't think anyone would even want to try to backseat you in that game.
I mean, they could, and I would just be like, whoa. I have a story about that in a minute, I promise.
You would entertain them and then just be like, so anyway. Back to what I was doing. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna solo this Thunderlord and we'll keep it going. Luckily in my streams, it's been fine. I think it's different for me though because since it's my first stories game, I've been asking a lot of questions, and the things that people have said are really helpful.
Yeah.
But the issue is like it's like a back and forth of when they come to stream, instead of asking about like about like tips and things, most people ask me, hey, have you seen this monster yet? I'm like, no, if you don't see the monster in my party, in the stable, no, I haven't seen it, bro. And I'm like so mad because it's like, why would you ask if I've seen something? Just ask where I'm at the story, bro. Like, the crap, man.
It was like my second or third day streaming the game, and someone came into the chat room with like, did Tam get to the Royal Gammoth yet? And I'm like,
the what?
The what now? The what Gammoth? Excuse me? I don't even know what a royal monster is.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I didn't either, and that's all. I was just like, what the crap? I don't. Why do you people do this? Like,
it's like it's bro. I mean, I don't want to generalize too much, but I think it's like indicative of like a younger or like less experienced viewer, maybe. Because like the older you get, I think the more you hang on to nostalgia and the wish to just go into things without knowing much about it. Also, the fact that, you know, the busier you get, the less time you have to consume that media.
Yeah. And I thought it was like really fun to play it, despite people asking me like the stupidest things. Not because I think they're stupid questions or anything, but because it's like in terms of a game, you don't come in like there was a story of one of my other friends. Who also streamed at the time. He was playing, say, like Persona or some crap, right? And some guy randomly in chat came in spoiled the ending, and then goes his next line later. Like he didn't say anything else except spoil the ending, and then right after he goes, "Sorry, I'm just having a bad day," and then proceeds to never say anything again.
Oh my
I'm like, how much of a dick do you have to be to do crap like that, dude?
Oh
I'm like,
my
there's like these people
god.
can't exist, but they do
Oh.
crap like that. Like that, why?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way this happened. I'm not gonna say it didn't happen, but like I was like, there's no way people are. Well, yeah, they
That's
can be. Like,
that's
this is
so
disgusting, bro.
that's so absurd and so amazing. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm
Like
so like I'm having such a bad day that I want to spoil the ending of
Mhm,
Persona for or like Persona 5 for a random streamer.
mhm,
It's like
mhm.
holy shit, how much like fervor and hatred do you need to have in your
How
body
much
to
of
be
a
like
bad day do you have to be to think I'm gonna go on the internet and find a random person and
You know what's my
like,
favorite? You know
how
what's
does
my
that make you
favorite
feel
is that
better,
like
bro?
you know what's my favorite
Oh,
is someone being like I can't wait until um I don't want to say too much because I actually did get spoiled on a big monster in Stories 2 that I don't think was in the trailer.
I know. I think I also saw something that we might be thinking of the same thing, but I didn't
Okay,
expect to see it
but
either.
it was like it
But
was
I don't
like
want to bring it up.
it was like this chat member comes to chat room and is like, uh, oh Tam, I can't wait until you get to so and so monster. Oh, sorry, spoilers. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you had like so you had the foresight to type
I
"Oh,
would have.
sorry, spoilers" at the end of your
Oh.
statement, but you still pressed enter. Like,
I would have. Oh. Oh my
I
god.
love that's always the best. That's
That
the
was
best.
it. That's it, bro. You're gone. You're gone. I
That's
would
the
have.
best.
It's done.
It's like
Oh my
oh, I
god.
can't wait till you get to the part where Darth Vader tells Luke that he's his father. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Wait, what?
Like, it's like
What?
in their head they think that saying "oh sorry" spoiler absolves them of
Mhm.
like all wrongdoing.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
sorry. I'm gonna pretend like I could just take that out of my brain
yeah,
and
no,
like,
like
for lack of
dude,
a brain, and then go about my life with this.
why are you mad at me? I said sorry, spoilers. Like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
man. The
Dude, why
deed's
are you
done,
mad
dude.
at me? All I did was accidentally discharge a firearm into your kneecaps. Like, come on, man, give me a break. I said I was sorry.
Yeah, you have two of them. You just use the other one. You know
Just
what? You
hop
know what's
around like
also really
a
interesting too. I was on Force stream. She was streaming like toward the later of the night, and
uh-huh.
she was doing GU, and then we were fighting Silverwood. And I was like, "Freaking, I'll go on my dinner break. Yeah, we'll fight Silverwood
Yeah.
together."
Yeah.
So I get on, we fight together, and like people are coming in talking about stories. So
Yeah.
luckily, I was not looking at the chat at the time, and she was like, "Hey, can you guys like not talk about stories, like spoilers and stuff, because whatever." And I
Yeah.
was like genuinely like, dude. One, it's fine to talk about Monster Hunter. I can't blame you on that because you want to talk to the streamer, and that's the important thing. Cool, I
Yeah.
have an understanding of that.
Oh yeah,
Bring it up in
certainly.
stories in chat. Cool, I'm okay with that. But when we say don't talk about spoilers, and I did this on my stream too when I said don't talk about spoilers, and people want to ironically be that funny guy to be like, oh, spoilers thing, you get Hazaratalos. No, you're not funny. You're not that guy. You're not that. You don't want to be that guy to me either.
No.
I'm a really hard. Like it's really hard to get on my bad side, and it's really hard because one of my bigger pet peeves is ruining that immersion for me. Because if it's like a game based on a story,
Hmm.
like a story for this game, Monster Hunter, then freaking let me play it because I'm literally streaming right now. Don't say what's gonna happen next. Like I think there's one exception where say like Santo Mango and I we like watch anime on like Saturdays or whatever, right? So like whether it's like a show that Santo knows, so like we were watching Baki at one point, which is like a martial arts anime as well.
Right.
And right before something big, he'll be like, "Oh, I can't, be ready." You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. Like I can understand that. Explaining like a hype moment, knowing that it's coming, I'm fine with that. And you're like, yo, when people are like, yo, something's waiting outside of you in this part of the map, I'm like, oh crap, what is it? I'm cool with that. But if you go, yeah, this guy, have you seen this guy? I'm like, no, don't tell me, bro. I get so mad.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's certain things, certain I'd call it like light backseating. Or I'd say it's more like
Is there a light backseating though? It's just backseating for
I'd say
me, man.
it's like front seating. You know, it's like someone I trust sitting next to me in the car where I'm like, okay, this person, you're allowed to like, give me some things, just don't overdo it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you're in the fucking backseat, or even worse, if you're in the trunk trying to yell up at me, just don't. Just don't.
yeah.
I have like one of those like police barriers in my car of my stream,
Yeah.
like blocking out the backseat from the front
Mm.
seats. Like I have like my mods in my front seat, and they're allowed to like not backseat me like too much, but they're allowed to be like, "Hey Tam, you forgot to bring your Sonic bombs or something like that," And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man." But if it's like some just random Joe Schmo who's like, "Hey Tam, this monster's weak to this, so make sure you bring this," I'm like, "Can you? I don't know you that well. Like you don't. I don't want to. I don't want to like immediately put you on my bad side. My mods, I know them fairly well,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
because they've been on my stream for a while, so I'm able to if they're giving me like actual like backseating, then I'm able to call them out more,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then they're understanding, and they know they and for the most part that doesn't happen often because they know like my limitations when it comes to like what I perceive as something that's a bad spoiler and something that's a good spoiler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like one of my most trusted mods is in the chat room right now. Actually, like he gives me really good advice, and I don't
Yeah, yeah.
consider like 99% of the stuff that he does like bad spoilers or anything, and that goes for a
Mhm.
lot of my mods. Um, and most of them know that like story spoilers is like absolutely off limits.
Mhm.
And they
If
never like
anything, yeah.
I can't think of a single time where they've breached that, but like um most of the time like story spoilers from like random people, it just there's like a tick in my head. It's just like, oh,
Mhm.
I want to
Mhm.
just like go crazy on them. Just be like,
Mhm.
oh, why would you do that?
It's like right underneath my smile right now. Like the moment somebody says something, I would have like punched. I wouldn't punch my monitor, but I would probably drive to the person and punch them myself.
I
Bro.
can't wait until
It's not
Tam
that
finds
funny.
out that Kanan's a dude. Ugh!
What?
Like,
And like doing the fake spoiler crap just irks my nerves too.
I
No
don't know.
matter what,
I'm
like
kind of
it's like
like
stop. Like I don't care. You're
I've
not
seen
making
like
me laugh. Just freaking shut up and like let me play the game. I
one
don't
of the
care if
most
you think it's funny.
one of the most intriguing ways I've seen a streamer block spoilers in their own chat room is when they get to like a really spoilery story moment. What will happen is the chat room will just start filling the chat room with fake spoilers.
See, but if everybody's in on the joke, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Like
But
like
here's the thing.
everyone is in on it to block the real spoilers. So that like
Yeah.
when the streamer looks over at the chat room, they're just seeing a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One of my other friends was saying like, "Oh yeah, I like died in the next chapter or some crap," and he's like, "You're not in the game. That's kind of funny." But most people are like coming in going, "Oh yeah, did you know this?" I'm like, it's still not funny to me, bro. You drop
Yeah.
it. Like, I'm immediately like, don't, because I highly like
Right.
prioritize me being like immersed in the story. But like, if everybody's doing that, I didn't even think about it. I could just emote only or some
Yeah,
crap. I didn't
just
even think
emote
about
only.
doing that.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
I tend to not resort to emote only, mostly because I
I
just forget
never
about it. But
have.
like maybe I might
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something to
I
think
just
about.
like it's a it's a thing you could do. Well, I had it one time where I was on somebody's stream
Mm-hmm.
and I think somebody redeemed like a channel point reward for emote only, and it's supposed to be like a timer for like 2 minutes. And the mod like apparently stepped away and like went to the bathroom or some crap, and we were all sitting there for like 10 minutes on emote only, and like the
Nice.
streamer was like wondering why. Like, yeah, all right, I guess they just want to. I think one of the like one of the mods came back, he goes, "Are we
Oops.
still in emote only?"
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I thought that was so funny. I don't know.
That's
I could do that, but I want to just trust people not to do that. I
yeah.
like giving people the option to be like, here, I'll let you be responsible with this and see if you can hold yourself and not do the dumb thing that I want you not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to, treat people mature. You should know.
So like yeah, here's the thing is that every streamer is different. Some streamers are like absolutely on the let's player level of like I want to play this game with the chat room, not for the chat
Yeah,
room, So it's like
yeah,
I want everyone in it together. And then there's streamers who have like zero tolerance. who literally, if they're like, "Hey, did you know this character's underwear is pink?" They'll be like, "Ban that guy." You know, like there's two ends of the spectrum, and I think as a viewer, the best thing to do is if you don't know if what the streamer's policy is, just
Mhm.
just ask. You know, just be like, "Hey, is it okay if I do this?" And then if the mod says no, then don't do it. If the mod says like, "Yeah, go ahead and do it," you know.
Yep. Sorry, you said this person's underwear is pink, and I don't know why the first image in my head wasn't a person. It was like Gameth wearing just these. I don't know why it was just the first picture. I thought it was
I
so
don't
stupid.
understand what kind of mental gymnastics you have to go through to like come to like that image of like a Gammoth wearing pink underwear.
I don't know why it was so funny to me, but I was just like, why did that come up first, bro?
What the fuck?
Oh,
I don't know.
anyways,
What were you watching before this, huh? I don't even.
an ad. It's in the mood to rewatch like a tearjerker, and I don't know, just randomly like,
Really? Oh, the only ads I've been getting were for like the new Suicide Squad movie.
really?
Yeah, that's all I've been getting.
Ew.
It's like it's that movie, and then Amazon promoting its Prime TV thing. Um,
I've been
and
getting a
then
couple. I think for Genshin, I see a lot of still.
oh yeah, I guess
Was it
like yeah,
Genshin?
I always know when there's a new Genshin character coming out
Yeah,
because I'll get
yeah,
the ad
yeah.
for it, and I'll be like, okay, I guess Genshin's having a new character. Okay, cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I that was it. I don't know.
Just lay off the Elefante porn, okay?
I didn't. The what?
What?
Ew, no, that's not my image. Don't do this to me.
But
I
let's.
don't know. It was just funny.
I think that about like
Oh,
wraps up our stories 2 impressions for like week 2, week 3, week 3.
dang, I don't know, man. Well, at least for stories, it's definitely like week
Yeah.
4, maybe. Because I don't know. You also talked about it with like with like Cat in the last stream too, and I think that was the third one. Because I think we did. You guys, it was you and you and Tam,
Yeah.
freaking you and Forrest, and then like us together, and then with Cat. And I think this is the fourth one because I'm here for this one.
I don't know, but like I mean, bottom line is I'm past the honeymoon phase, and I'm starting to feel a bit exhausted of the loop of just hey, go out into this narrow path, go into this cave with no music, fight some monsters, get egg, come back,
Get egg.
yeah, go out
Yeah,
again,
yeah, yeah.
go trigger cutscene, fight boss, come
Hmm.
back, they make me go out again, be confused about where the caravan stand is, see a rare
Yeah.
monster den and be like excited but also a little exhausted because then I'm like, I have to go there.
Have you been seeing those a lot?
Rare monster
Forever?
dens? On
Yeah.
occasion, yeah.
I Everyone's been telling me for some reason I get like a stupid amount of like I know my luck is ridiculous, but I've been getting a stupid amount of rare dens like back to back in
Yeah.
every area. And
It's
I don't
gotten
know,
to the
everyone's
point.
saying it's supposed to be rare, but it's
It's like
it's
I don't know.
surprising to me.
It's gotten to the point where it's like I don't really like. I just want to keep my current team right now because I'm like
Mm.
too lazy to like go out and get another egg unless it's like a monster I really want.
Who are
Like
you running right now? What
I
do you have?
have a other than Ratha, I have a Tigrex, a Zamtrios, an Anjanath. Um, fuck, what else do I have? I can't fucking remember.
I don't
Yeah,
either. And I was on your stream.
and two other losers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a
I'm
solid
running
team though.
I'm running a Narga because I like the stealth.
Uh huh.
But I'm trying to level up a Diablos now. For some odd reason, I got like a busted Diablos, and I just invested all my like skills into it, and I'm
Hmm.
just trying to level it up to whatever. I still have my Anjanath. I got my Zenogre. I got my
Oh, Zenogre. I have Zenogre. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So and then I have my Dang, was that it? That's 5, right?
Oh.
Narga, Zenogre, Anja. Tigrix. There we go, Tigrix. And then there's like one more. I can't remember what the other one is. But I'm mostly using them just. Oh no, Diablos. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's all 5.
Okay.
I wanted them so that I had all the traversing ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the Diablos is just gonna be the just streamline and hit everything. I'm excited for it.
What was that sound?
I don't know, like I don't know, man. I talk with sounds and crap. I don't know.
You did like
I'm
a
waiting
dubstep
for-
drop or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to like when I was a kid, I would do like the beatboxing thing. It'd be kind of fun, but I don't really do it anymore.
So
I just,
now that you're
you know.
decently through the game, at the same point I am pretty much. What are your
Yep,
thoughts
yep, yep.
about Naviru?
Are we busting it out now? Is this the time?
Let's fucking talk about Naviru, dude.
All right, real quick. I think we can both agree. Well, all right. Let's disagree first.
Okay, what do we
I love
disagree about?
Naviru.
You
I
love
love the
Naviru.
Japanese voice. I think they make the American voice. I'm not about it.
I've been playing with the English voice.
I don't like it.
I think it's fine.
I don't think it's fine.
I think it's fine. It's fine because you know what? Naviru in English sounds just as annoying as he should.
Oh, that I can agree with though. He does sound annoying, but the voice is still not good. But the Japanese voice, he's annoying, but he's actually a good voice. And just because you're dropping your standard saying, yeah, just give me the dub, I freaking no.
That's not dropping. No, the thing is, it's not a drop. Well, hold on.
No.
An English dub is not necessarily a drop in standards.
Yes, it is.
You freaking Japanese weeaboo worshipping.
I'm not
nerd.
worshiping. I'm saying for Naviru, that voice does not work, bro.
I think it's fine. I think the voice is fine. Cause like here's the thing. Here's the thing is that I did watch a few episodes of the Monster Hunter Stories anime, and I'm pretty sure the Japanese voice actress is like the same.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Couldn't stand it. Could not stand it. That was one of the reasons why That was one of the reasons why I deflected off of that show. Was one, it was boring, and two, Naviru was just so aggressively annoying.
I'm the opposite. He's annoying, but I love the voice.
I
but
hate
the American
that Japanese
one, I was not about it. I don't
know.
The
English
why.
voice is fine to me. Like it's fine. It's fine. Plus, I enjoy the English voice acting of all the other characters as well. They all sound fine.
I don't know what the other ones sound like though. So that would be new to me. If I start,
what?
Oh, I was just checking something.
Okay.
I was just kind of like, yeah, if I tried the rest of the game with the English dubbing, I would have been like, okay, let me see how everybody sounds. And then I'm like, okay, cool. But like specifically because I know I love Naviru, even though he's freaking annoying, I love him so much. I don't know, maybe it's just because he's like super cocky and nobody like gives him the time of day. But like that whole vibe he has and the whole like fun of his character, I just love it. But it's also like, I don't know, he has a fun voice. It's annoying because of his character, like his personality, but the voice he has, I don't know. I feel like it's nicer than, you know.
Here's the thing: is that I don't mind Naviru's inclusion because I think the game lampshades the fact that the game knows he's annoying because he gets sandbagged so hard in every conversation in the game.
Yeah.
Like I was describing this to Forrest and Kat before, but I'm not sure if you were here to hear this.
Podcast? No, I think I had to dip that day when I was listening in.
But there's that one interaction with Alwyn and Naviru where Naviru is trying to really sell him on this go nuts for donuts pun. And Alwyn is just looking at him perplexed, like, what are you, stupid? What?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying?
That's how I feel in every conversation. So I wonder why I'm like Naviru.
Like just the way Alwyn was just like, what?
Oh my god!
It was just like,
are you my Alwyn, bro?
Maybe like that's why I really started to like Alwyn, despite how much of a goober he is in battle.
Oh my god!
Like the way he just no sells all of Naviru's bullshit was like, oh, that's fucking great. And then Kana picking Naviru up and just fucking like stretching his face like a Stretch Armstrong.
Wait, I also do remember, however, that because the legendary like Naviru is not a typical feline. He started like I don't know if anybody clipped it on my stream, but I remember when he realized that he's not sneezing to Naviru, and then he just like randomly caresses his face. I was just, whoa.
Oh, yeah, no one in this game has any sense of personal space at all.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even do that. Like, even if they're new to me, and I'm like, damn, I like your hair. Quaff and just like slowly run my hand. What?
I know it's
so weird.
it's just their culture, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
But like, you know, when Ino was just like point blank, just like right up to my face, I'm like, can you like?
Yeah. There's some moments like that, but there's some people that are actually like that. I know like a really good friend of mine, IRL, where him and his brother, like me and my brother, we got a little bit of distance, right? It's comfortable. We don't like what I'm trying to explain is
Yeah.
Their brothers were like they were right in each other's faces about to like kiss one time, and I took a picture and I sent it to my brother. We were like dying of laughter. Like if I was up to my like this is my mic, right? Like if I was like I can't imagine talking to somebody that close for like a prolonged period of time. I can't like be right in somebody's face, bro, and be like,
I feel like
this is a regular conversation.
I feel like you're explaining this story in the worst way possible.
Well, what's wrong with explaining it? What did they say wrong?
No. Well, I don't know. It's just like you describing the brothers being face to face, and it's like I don't like where this is going.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to say anything weird. I'm just saying they're close enough where it bothers me. That's what I don't like. I've never talked from like 2 inches from someone's face.
It's like the fear of there's some like incestuous like fear going on here.
That's not what I'm saying.
It's like the way you were describing it. It was just like, and then the way you were like demonstrating with your hands how close they were.
They were this close, bro. I'll send you the picture later. You have to see how close they were standing.
Dude, it was pretty close. It was pretty close, Tam. Look how close they were. They were about to smooch each other. You know how they say kiss your homies? How about kiss your brothers?
But they were in that range, bro. That's all I'm saying.
They were in kissing. Tam, you don't understand. They were in kissing range. Jerry, you don't understand. They were in kissing range.
But they were, and I was like, no. And then my brother and I were sitting in the back, just looking at each other, and we looked back at them, and we were just dying of laughter because, like, dang, can you? I can't do it. I don't know why they feel like the ability to be able to do that.
I know.
Oh,
amazing!
Crap. Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
No, don't apologize.
It was a memory that like unlocked something. I can't believe I thought I put that in the back burner because I thought that was so funny back then. Oh my god.
How do you feel about Naviru's freakish human hands?
I said this the other night.
Okay, let's hear it.
We were doing something.
Okay.
I forgot what scene it was. But he puts his hands up. Yeah. And all of a sudden it clicks. I go, why do you have 5 fingers? I went, what? I was like, I thought you're the feline. You might have like 4, maybe, or like. Why do you have 5 fingers?
Yeah.
I like had a whole moment. I was like, dude, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't know what it is, but I'm not comfortable with
They
this.
routinely have this portrait where he's giving a thumbs up in the speech bubbles. It never clicked with me that like. Oh my! He has like real ass human fingers.
Yeah, I mean they're like little Vienna sausage. I don't know. I'm like comparing everything to like a Vienna sausage, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like these little tiny nubs. But I was like, what the crap? I didn't like that. I don't know if you like that, but I don't like that for sure.
I was told that at some point it would be explained to me why Naviru looks the way he does. So I'm like, okay. So I don't really want to spoil anything. I think.
I'll think about the anime for a second. Sorry. Yeah, go.
I know they probably explain it in like some other shit, but like in Source 2 they haven't explicitly said what it was yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like felines usually have just like they don't have like fingers, but they have like paws that like they can like kind of warp in different ways so that they can hold objects, right?
Yeah. It's like the little like a regular like 4, 3, and then the 1 random on the side or some crap.
Yeah.
And that normally works because it looks like a cat still, and it still makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But having him have a whole like set of fingers of like I don't know, it caught me off guard. It didn't click in my head again until I saw that one moment like 2 nights ago, versus the entirety of the time I've seen Naviru,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh boy, that I don't know how I felt about that.
His
bro.
best pose is when he crosses his arms and covers his hands.
Because it does.
Like this.
Yo, on the real though, he actually makes some really funny faces, bro. I really.
Oh,
like
he's the most easily the most expressive face.
Oh yeah, like I was saying, like if I made a second channel, like a second Twitch channel, I would genuinely have just Naviru faces everywhere, bro.
Oh
all 5 of them, just different things.
Where's the Twitch channel with the Naviru emotes?
Are there already? Oh,
I don't know.
I would do it.
Dude, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, man.
We'll make them bit emotes. We'll at least have one for each other, and I'll get yours. I'll get yours for just so I can use the like that disgust face. Yeah. I have like some clips of it on my Switch because I love him so much, bro.
It's funny because like in cutscenes, I'm sure you've noticed it, but like he'll start talking and then his face will snap back to the expression it was before. So if he was like doing an expression like he'll like start talking and be like immediately snap back to
He's freaking great. I love it so much.
No, like he's okay.
All right, I'll take that.
Maybe I'm in denial. I don't know. Maybe I'm being really soon about this right now.
That's possible.
He's okay, I guess.
I don't know. I said I'll grow on you because I thought of the whole like, "Are you my Alwyn" thing? But it'll probably grow on you at some point. Maybe. It's like I don't know. In 3U, did you feel the same way with like Chacha and Kayamba? Like they were freaking annoying.
I like them from the get go. I like Chacha.
They caused all of them.
No, they didn't.
Look,
like okay, I'm saying this right now. I'm someone who defends the handler from World.
You defend the handler?
Yeah, I like the handler. Fight me.
No. I mean, hold on. I'm a fan of fighting, but can you explain why you like the handler? That's all I was gonna ask.
No, she's fine. She's fine. She's like inoffensive, and people are like, "Oh, she always gets you in trouble," and I'm like, "Really?" Because I want to get in trouble. I want to fight these monsters. If she's getting me in these situations, hell yeah. You know? And like she's just like a goofy character. It's I don't know. I like it.
Hear me out.
She's fine.
I like the conviction. If you want me to fight you, I'm all for it. But on this scenario, we're actually in the same chair.
Wait, really?
I actually.
I'm talking to handler hater 89 out there, who's like, "Oh, handler sucks. Never like burn her in a fire. Don't like her." I'm just like,
at the beginning, I was really annoyed about it, and then I was kind of like, okay, let's see where it goes. And then I think toward the end of like Iceborne, because I played Iceborne. Not that anyone believes me when I say that, but I played Iceborne, and I got toward the end of the story, and I was like, you know what? All right, she's okay.
Yeah,
I was just kind of like, all right, I can deal with it.
If Rise Ultimate comes out and like they're like, we got some visitors from the Fifth Fleet in the New World, and then like the admiral and the handler and the commander like steps off a ship, I'd be like, I would pop off. I'd be like, holy shit, fucking awesome, nice.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even complain. I mean, I'd complain probably for a little bit, but you know what the biggest thing is? I think people hate on the handler because it's just the wave. It's just bandwagoning people. You know what I mean?
I think
just everyone wants to hate
a lot of it.
Everybody the same person together. I think that's what it is.
I think a lot.
It's not even because they actually hate her. They're just like, yeah, I'll take your opinion as fact. So I'll have that opinion, and that'll be fact. I don't know. I don't think she's. I mean, I do like. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, the mods and stuff for World. Like the cute mods or whatever. Like that. Those are. I like that.
I
don't
use any handler mods. I keep her the way she is.
I just remember. I'm like, yeah, I like that one. There's also some really funny mods, but I'm not gonna bring that up right now.
Just let it be known, handler is greater than Naviru. Yeah, I'm saying it. I said it. There's.
Nah, we're gonna have to
put a stamp. Close the book on that. Put a chain and lock on it. That's the definitive Tam stance. The handler is better than Naviru.
No, we're still in the middle of the conversation. We haven't even finished the story yet for us to know if we fully like Naviru or not.
I'm talking for myself. I'm talking for myself. I,
Finish stories, and then you can fight. Because I haven't finished it either, and I'm not saying anything. I know I love
I don't know.
Naviru, but that could change. I said in the beginning of World, I did not like the handler. Then she grew on me at the end. It
Okay.
could be the same for you, bro.
If the hand, I mean, if Naviru gets better, then sure, I'll update you on my thoughts on it. But like currently, handler beats Naviru, both physically
For you.
and in my ranking.
Excuse you, she just picks up mushrooms all day and almost gets killed, like even in the start of the game, bro. Naviru's running out being a G, dude. Like he's
Naviru ain't
just
do nothing. He's not helping me in the battles at all.
yeah, but he's surviving.
So
She
is the
almost
handler.
died because we saved her.
She would have been fine. She would have been fine. I don't
We
know why my
start
character
off
stepped
with a
in.
Jagras almost eating her, bro, in the beginning of the game, bro. That would have been the quickest Monster Hunter death. He immediately has like an AI,
She's a survivor.
Oh my god.
Look, I like her. I like how like goofy she is. I think she's like I think she's like I don't know, charming.
Oh, handler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I don't know.
yeah.
She's
No,
fine.
I'm
Like I
I'm
don't
on
know.
board with that. She's fine. I'm not saying she's not fine. I'm saying not finer than Navi though. I still love Navi more.
I think Navi. No, I think Navi is just grating.
I just
I
I
give us Cha Cha and Kayamba back, please. Just give us.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Next one we get like the roadmap for stories is looking amazing. I didn't look at all of them, but it looks amazing from what the peep that I did see. And I went, ooh, they could do a lot here.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it's like in Rise, I feel like one of the really cool things they could have done was I know that they ripped like Valstrax from GU, right? But like what if they'd had more things like that? Because we interact with a decent amount of NPCs and stuff. And I think it'd be kind of neat if you started like pulling like, oh hey, uh like the little Forge girl or something from For You.
Little Miss Forge. Yeah.
Yeah, Little Miss Forge, and then you pull like the Ace Cadet or whatever from this game, or like Cha Cha and Kamba from 3. Like if you started not making Rise like how GU did, where it like incorporated all the different villages and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but if you started like bringing in other like NPCs and stuff, even if it wasn't just like the actual monsters from there, because like I think a big thing that people liked in GU was the customization of having like, oh, who's the house helper that you get? You can choose that, and that's like such a small thing because it technically doesn't matter, but you
Yeah.
have the option to choose like the person that you had like the most affinity with, or even just have like the funky feline, and that was freaking hilarious. I feel like
Yeah.
they could do stuff like that to add to like, you know.
We'll have another anniversary game. Do you want to move on to some Rise talk though?
No, yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
No,
Wait, Rise?
no.
What's Monster Hunter Rise?
Wow, I haven't touched that game since I picked up stories, bro.
So here's the thing. So
Wow.
I played a bit of Monster Hunter Rise yesterday on stream.
Did you do the new?
Yes, going in thinking like, oh, okay, I was taking a break for like a couple of weeks. Probably have like plenty of new event quests to do, you know, new things to unlock. I guess we'll start with the elephant in the room, the Okami event.
Oh yeah.
That just dropped on Thursday. I was really looking like I was like, oh fuck yeah, you know, I wanted this crossover since Rise came out, you know, like with Palamutes. As soon as I saw Palamutes, I was like, you know what, Capcom dogs. There's only one dog that isn't named. What is? Fuck. Why am I forgetting Mega Man's dog's name? Rush. And it's Okami.
Okay.
Amaterasu Okami. Okay, Ami.
Mhm.
We need an Ami skin for a
Mhm.
Palamute. I've been wanting that from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I was so sure that July's crossover was going to be Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, just because it's
Yeah,
the new game that's coming out.
I thought about it now. Like you could have been right on like so many levels, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure why they threw Okami first.
Yeah,
And they might have. Do you think they could move around
maybe,
what stuff that they release? Maybe like maybe that's just gonna be next month or something.
probably, but so they announced the Ami skin, and I'm like, oh, fucking sick! You know, I love Ami. She's cool. The layered armor looks phenomenal. Like she's never looked better. It looks really good, right?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
saw the pictures. That's all I saw.
Yeah, it's so
And
good,
from
you
the
know.
pictures alone, and like you could change the fur to black and red, and I'm like,
Oh, that's sick. Yes, yeah,
oh
so
my
good, so
god, it
good.
looks so good.
It looks
But
so good. Okay, let's do the event. Let's
but
queue up for this event quest. Let's try to look for this event quest. Okay, let's go to the event list. All right,
yeah.
I got the quest. Let's go into the high rank event list. All right, let's look through here. Let's look through this quest descriptions. Nope. Wait, where's the quest? I don't understand. I'm in the high rank event quest, right? It should be here, right? Like, where is it? All right, fine. Maybe it's in Rampage. There's a Rampage one here now. I don't like Rampages, but hey, maybe it might be worth it for Amy. No, that's not it either. Okay. Well, I guess. Okay, what's in low rank? Okay, gather 21 pictures.
What?
Oh. Okay. I was expecting like
Oh
maybe like
man.
kill a Rathalos, a Barioth, and a Zenogre in the arena, or something. Kind of represent each of her elements that she can utilize in combat.
I would have thought it would have been some crap like, Mizu, Almadron, and
yeah,
what's the sleepy boy? The one with the
Somnicanth.
Somnicanth? Like all
Yeah.
three of those, because their tails are like brushes.
Yeah,
That would have been like a really cool
something
idea.
like that. Yeah.
And then it was we waited 2 months for this. Because there wasn't anything before that. There were like 2 months for a gap.
For a gathering quest. Yeah. I mean, I was hoping it would be like. So here's the thing with.
God.
So like, I like Rise. In fact, I love Rise. Monster Hunter Rise is great, but like, I kind of wish they didn't do a roadmap because it's setting unrealistic expectations for people, and me included. Because like, with like the Capcom collabs. Deep in my heart, I knew it was just gonna be like surface level, like GU levels of collab. But like,
Oh, you didn't think the G ones were good?
no. I thought the GU ones were executed well because they were just kind of there.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. Like there was no like big fanfare, no big like roadmap for GU
No, yeah, we
crossover
just
stuff. Like,
every month just dumped items and
Yeah.
then they dumped whatever. Yeah.
I would have been fine with that. I don't know. I guess
I don't know.
people, I guess people, me included, were so used to like the content cycle of Iceborne and World that we kind of got like lost in that. Hey, we're expecting
Like,
Rise to be just like that.
I feel like knowing that something's coming is one thing, but having the actual surprise of the actual moment, I feel is better.
Mhm.
Because, like, imagine if we didn't have a roadmap and we had no idea what was coming out
Mhm.
at all through the next year.
Mhm.
I would have loved that feeling because it's like, yo, what are they gonna pump out this month? And then boom, they were like, oh, well, we got a gathering quest. Okay, whatever. But
Yeah.
then, like, say if we did the same thing for like the monsters, where it's like, boom, they drop Valstrax, and we're like, yo, what? And we had no warning. I thought that would have been much better. But I know that I think,
Oh, they have to market. They have to.
yeah.
do their
I
marketing
think they did the same thing with like, what was it, Dragon Ball Z? I think it was the Broly movie.
I
Is
have
when
no
I
idea.
first like thought about it. When they put in the trailer for the Broly movie, they hinted at like Gogeta, so like their fusion thing, or not. Sorry, not hinted. They put it out there that he'd be there. But like, had you not included Gogeta, I still think that people would have been like, "Yo, Broly movie, let's go!" And then in the movie, they would have seen that moment, and then people would have talked about it more because it was a surprise for them for having
Mhm.
watched the movie. Instead, it's like in same thing for Rise. I think they keep wanting to push everything out for people to get excited for it while it's on the way. But it's hard to get excited about something at the end of a month or at the start of a new month if we're already not, going to be excited about what it is. Like seeing the difference for not the difference. Sorry, seeing the roadmap for Rise feels like, because I know that no other new monsters, or they're not announcing new monsters on this roadmap, it's desolate, bro. Like I have nothing to look forward to.
Well,
right
it's like
now.
we're so used to just playing Monster Hunter games to death that like as soon as a
Yeah.
game like Rise came out that doesn't really have much of an end game and has like this like drip feed of like a single event quest per week, it's like not something people are used to. And what people should be used to is like taking a break from Monster Hunter.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Take like
Because
just
like
take a
I'm gonna
break.
have to play
And, like
Rise and Waves now because I
here,
can't.
Yeah,
You know?
and here's the thing: I'm not like mad at Monster Hunter Rise or like Capcom for like, oh, give me more stuff in my Rise game. Like that's not the impression I want to give off. Um, it's more like I thought I thought I was gonna be like catching up on like a bunch of event stuff, and instead it was just like a few things that didn't unlock much, and then the Okami quest ended up being a gathering quest. Like what I was looking forward to was new combinations of monsters and quests that I hadn't seen before, or like fighting a monster on a
Yeah.
map that it usually isn't. Like one of the event quests was a Chameleos in the flooded forest, which is like fucking great, nice, you know. I want more quests where it's like fighting monsters in maps that you don't usually fight them in. Um, but I didn't I haven't been really getting that. Like one of the quests was just like a Gosarag, and I'm like, really? Like you gonna do anything interesting about it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I kind of wish that they also like I feel that if they went about it for monsters, I know that you're saying like, oh, if you put like monsters in where they normally aren't, or if you mention that you want these certain pairings of monsters together. For me, or I guess for Rise, it doesn't really make a difference
Hmm.
because no matter what, you're gonna have like four monsters on the screen at any point in time, and all of the quests feel like the same quest, and they just rotate out whatever the target is.
Right.
That's how I feel about Rise, and that's why I don't like I like that it's like this ecosystem, right? I like how there's a bunch of monsters on the map,
Hmm.
but when you get down to the heart of the hunt and people are just left and right, oh, it's not these four monsters in an ecosystem and then they survive or and then you have to fight one of them. It's, oh, hey, there's three other monsters we can ride, hit this guy for free damage, and then we fight the monster. It's
Right.
like it's not as exciting, and it's, I don't know, that's more the players, I guess, exploiting it, but that's
I mean,
partially the
they're
actual
using the
system,
systems. That's like the systems how it's
Yeah,
meant to be done. Yeah.
but that's why for me it's like every quest feels like the same, right?
Hmm.
If it was a GU, right? The moment we had fought a Rajang and the intruder was like a Devil Joe, we were like, yo, that's crazy. Let's do this. We already know who the intruders are, sure, like from Kraniko, but or whatever. But it's still a very different feeling because you could fight just one monster, or you might be fighting two.
Hmm.
And fighting, amongst two of them is pretty nutty, anyways. But it's like it's its own um quest with its own feel versus how every quest in Rise feels like the same. I don't know if
I
that's
no.
you
Yeah,
know
you make sense. Yeah, you're making
yeah.
sense. Like there's no change in your game plan for the
Because like if
quests.
the only thing you can do with that is like if you did like arenas with only those few monsters, that's when I'd be like, okay, now we can have some fun with it. And close space, three monsters out at the same time, that'd be insane. That'd be a fun quest. I'm sure people complain, but that'd be a fun quest.
Well, it's like the Infernal Springs map that they brought in with the 3.0 update.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
I
like
want
that
like
type of thing. I want more of those.
give us like yeah like even if you just have like a solo Teostra and a solo Kushala in that map as a quest as like two quests, I'd be like yeah, hell yeah, dude, give me that. Cause like just like literally just having that monster with a new backdrop is enough for me to be like this is
Yeah,
interesting.
and
Yeah.
then and you know what you're gonna get for it? A sticker.
Oh my god. And then you just killed it right there.
And that's the problem. That's why
Yeah.
like the challenge does not meet the reward. And it's like, why would I even do this in
Yeah.
the first place other than wanting to 100% the game just to be like, yeah, I'm that guy.
It's like this. There's no end game. There's like what name the end game loop of for you guild
Oh, dude,
quests.
relic farming, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relic farming. Name the for generations.
Deviants, bro.
Deviants.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World
And then, oh, yeah.
investigations. Tempered
Base world.
investigations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
base world was just the tempered
And then
elders.
Iceborne
Yeah.
is guiding lands. For
Yeah.
Rise,
Yeah.
like what rampages? Maybe?
No. It's kind
No.
of like a buffer. It's like, it's just there for fun.
Like Apex monsters? Not really.
Because they don't have their own armor or
Nah,
their own weapons.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I really feel that they should have done something with that to give us a little bit more. They don't have to make those armors or weapons busted either.
Yeah.
Just have them there for us to have more.
I know.
Like we got 14 weapons in the game, and how many iterations of each weapon do we get? Like freaking 5 that we're allowed to use. And I don't know. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
but it's not great. Like the fact that I'm gonna like rant about this every
no.
time
Go
I
ahead,
think
go
about
ahead, go
Rise,
ahead.
but
Do it.
the um the fact that when the game launched, like people play now and buy the game now, it doesn't matter to them. But when we first started in March, played the game, finished the key quests, and the last thing we were left with was a cliffhanger, which could be cool. But you're telling me we're gonna wait another month for the actual final quest, just so that I'm assuming in the business aspect they would say leave this cliffhanger, so they'll generate a bunch of talk. They'll fight amongst themselves about who's right about what's going to happen next, and then we drop the final quest of what actually finishes the story. That pissed me off. I'm like, dude,
I don't know.
put
I
the
feel like
put the
that was
last
like I
quest there,
think
bro.
I think the period of time between 2.0 and 3.0 was probably the most fun I had with Monster Hunter Rise. Well, other than like just progressing through the story normally
Yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
first got the game.
But so you were fine though with like having waited a month for one quest to, because
I
I
was
would have
fine.
loved to have that feeling in the beginning. You
I
know what I
was
mean?
fine. I was fine with the wait if the payoff was good enough. And I feel
But it
like it
was,
wasn't good. It wasn't. It wasn't good
yeah.
enough. Yeah. No.
'Cause-
I was fine with the wait. I wasn't fine with the payoff. You know? Like if it was like you kill both Ibushi and Narwa and then Yamasukami comes out of the fucking hole and then you fight that, then I'd be
that was
like,
pretty
fuck
nice, yeah.
yeah. I was like I had this like whole extravagant theory about the hole and the Coral Palace and everything, and then they give us the final quest and I'm like, alright, I'm ready. And you go in, you fight Ibushi, but the Coral Palace is magically rebuilt somehow, and I'm like, huh?
I would have thought. I think my theory was, because they both fight a little differently. Like one is more on the AOE, one is more on like up in your face, but still uses different stuff. I
Mhm.
thought we were gonna fight both of them at the same time, and then when we saw all of their AOE, the beams and donut and the whatever wind together, they
Yeah.
would actually cover a lot more distance, a lot like and like a lot more options, like a lot crazier.
Yeah.
But technically, I got it.
We didn't even no, we
Technically,
didn't no, we did not.
I
We
mean,
did not.
the mama, she used like the stuff together, but not quite the way I was hoping.
I like the staging of that, but like if
Yeah,
that was the
yeah,
ending that we got like immediately, then it would have been a lot better. But the fact that like the wait was there, it like built up expectations too much, I feel like.
yeah.
And
I think that's the problem
I
because
think
it
I
just
think it's
we
it's
were, we
easy
were
to
so
like
much
just
excited for something that we weren't gonna get.
it's easy to blame the players for that, I think. Like,
You
oh
think
hey,
so?
you guys just need to temper your expectations, but like I don't Rise was a
Yeah,
really
but
quality game. I don't think it's too unfounded that people were expecting like a really cool final boss.
yeah, yeah. At least something, a little bit more.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like that's how I feel at least, and it's
Hmm.
people can get really opinionated about this, and there's like valid arguments on both sides about like
Of course. Yeah.
should people be getting their expectations in check, or are people like right to have their expectations this high for a product that they think was really high quality and was expecting something like a
It
good
is.
pet.
It is.
It's like Game of
But
Thrones, you know.
you can't have you can't have like. Well, I mean, I'll bring this up. I forgot where I saw this, but I remember seeing a post where it's like, dude, if Capcom, I think specifically, if they let their fan base be all the game designers, it would be a terrible game.
It would be
But
terrible.
that's why you're a player and not
Yeah.
a creator.
Yeah.
So in that sense, yeah, you can't be like, dude, I wish we fought like four Narutos at the same time. I'm not that guy. But I'm
Mhm.
saying if we fought like Naruto and Ibushi together, that'd be kind of nuts. But
Mhm.
what we got was something like it, but no, we didn't.
And guys,
But-
I understand that
Yeah.
Rise was in development during the COVID-19 pandemic. Like
Mhm.
what like that is like I am factoring that in with like everything I'm saying.
I have fun arguing the opposite sometimes.
What?
I don't know. I've done it before. Where I'm like, dude, if we're in a pandemic, you're just at home anyways. Just freaking code, bro. Like,
Oh,
like,
it's
I'll always say crap like that.
you
It's like, I don't know, I'm
of every
retarded.
like yeah I know you're like talking bullshit right now and just
Yeah,
trolling,
yeah.
but like you of everyone should like you totally get it though. Like it's not
Mhm.
it's
Oh
not
no,
as productive
I genuinely
working at
do get
home.
it.
Yeah.
I just have fun being able to be like, bro, how much harder is it? Like we work from
Right.
home, we're working remotely. What more do you want? You're already home. You don't have to wear pants. You
Mhm.
can just code, bro.
Yeah, but we can talk about
Oh,
like hypotheticals all day though. But the fact of the matter
and I think
is,
that's what they wanted us to do, though, and that's what they were expecting.
mhm.
And then when we finally get our ending, or we get whatever we get, it wasn't as rewarding for us
I also
because
think,
you know,
yeah, I also think it was like, because they dropped Basil Goose out of nowhere, and we
yeah,
got
that was
like
out of nowhere, right?
we got 3 Elder Dragons in one update, and then
Yeah,
the all the layered armor immediately in the first update. It
and I
was
think that was
like
just covering their tail because World they should have done it differently in World for the layered. Like that's why I was like,
maybe,
dude,
but
that
like
wasn't.
it was like once 2.0 came out, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, fuck it,
Mm-hmm.
let's go,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Oh yeah, big
Like
time, big
look
time.
at all this good shit that they're adding, you know? Like I fucking love it. And then 3.0 comes out, and I was satisfied, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't a bit disappointed with
Mm-hmm.
like All Mother.
Oh
Um,
yeah, oh yeah.
Crimson Glow Valstrax was badass.
He
Love that.
he hit so hard.
I appreciated that.
Oh man,
I
I was like,
appreciated
I
it.
did not expect that crap at all, and I wanted to solo him, like at least for the first hunt. And I was like, switching between weapons, seeing what I like better. But
Hmm.
like learning it on him, I was like, yep, I lost that arm. That's gone.
Yeah, no, I think that quest took me like 4 tries
Yeah, I
solo.
think something the same as well. I
Yeah.
switched between at least 3 weapons until I was like, you know what, frick it, I'm gonna finish it with greatsword, and then we
Oh,
did it, and I was like, oh, I bet.
that was great, but then after that update, it did kind of feel like Capcom just packed their bags and was like, "All right, we'll send you a thing in the mail every month. All right, bye," and then they
And
left.
then stories happen. Now we're like,
Ah, okay.
another thing to take our time up. And then they're like, they won't even remember this game. It's
But
so
like,
barren now.
I want
Yeah.
stories to continue though because there's
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of
definitely,
improvements to be
definitely.
made to stories, yeah. But like, I do appreciate that Capcom is willing to expand the brand of Monster Hunter past just the main
Yeah, yeah.
series. Because
Of
like,
just what do you do in that game?
whether you like it or not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Capcom is going to be doing this with the Monster Hunter brand moving forward. It's more than just Monster Hunter the game now. It's Monster Hunter the brand.
The movie, the sequel to the
Yeah,
prequel, the game,
movies, sequels to the games,
anime too,
shows,
actually.
anime,
Yeah.
spin-off games that aren't
Oh, we
mainline
have a
Monster Hunter
D and
games.
D theme too for Monster Hunter. I think they have. I think
Wait,
they made like a Monster
officially?
Hunter World D&D. Yeah, I remember seeing
I
it come
remember
out
seeing a
before.
Kickstarter for something like that.
Oh, maybe that was a fan base thing though. That could have been a
Yeah,
fan
there
thing.
was definitely a
Actually,
Kickstarter for a Monster Hunter D&D thing, but like
Mhm.
Monster Hunter is. I mean, in Japan, it was always more than just a game. It was more of a brand. But ever since World came out and it
Yeah, that really
exploded
made it for
worldwide,
everybody, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I expect to see more focus on spin-off games. Not more than the mainline games, but like I think Capcom's more willing, especially since Stories 2 sold so well.
Mm. I think
Like
they're gonna have a lot more people coming in to whatever future Monster Hunter game.
I
I
hope
think there's
so.
just a little bit like the only genuine critique I would have like for another future update for Rise,
Mhm.
if they fixed it where you'd like lock your radial dial to an item set, like how they did in World. I think that'd probably be the only thing I'd really
Mm.
like them to fix. Because it's kind of stupid that like if I can change equipments and weapons really quickly, and then I'm in the quest and I have to manually set which dial this thing goes to, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's not as complicated as it sounds, but it's like in World where you could just lock it to the item set. I think that
Mhm.
was a lot more efficient and convenient. I think
Yeah.
that's the only at the moment that I can think of because I haven't played in a while. But
There's
that's
a
like the
lot of
main thing. I was like, yeah, you could just do that, and I'd be happy with that. And then everything's like up the par for me. It's just I want more content because that's just how it is, you know.
right. There's a lot of odd inconsistencies between Rise and Iceborne and World
Hmm.
in terms of like quality of life fixes that were made in World and then reversed in Rise, or
Hmm.
stuff that was in Iceborne that isn't in Rise, but stuff that is in Rise that was also in World and Iceborne. It's like,
Okay. We're gonna get
like I
mad till
remember
there's an
reading
update.
somewhere where the lead designer
Yeah, yeah.
for Rise, Ichinose, he said in an
Hmm.
interview that when they were creating the Wirebug, they had no idea that the World team was doing Clutch Claw in Iceborne.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of nuts.
When they were coming up with Wirebug, they didn't know that the clutch claw was a thing. So it makes me think like, yeah, these games were like probably in development at like roughly the same time, and there wasn't much communication between the two teams. I think a lot of the things like the combat was taken over because that was more in the interest of the players and like a better player experience from transitioning from Iceborne to Rise. But stuff like the Wirebug and probably like a lot of the UI stuff was probably just like they didn't really look at what Iceborne was doing. They were just like, all right, this is what we know, let's do that. You know, I think that's the downside of having two Monster Hunter teams.
Yeah, it's like Rise and Storage are kind of competing with each other rather than just like bumping up the. Well, I mean, they are bumping up like
I think what people
brand awareness and sales, but it's still like you can see how we're complaining about one and loving the other, and then eventually an update will come out and we're like, and then we'll like the other.
So here's the thing: do you consider Rise to be a mainline title, or do you consider it to be like a portable third style?
No,
like,
I think it's still mainline. I feel like it's a mainline game. It's because we're used to like. I think it's because GU is out for so long, and 4U's been out for so long, and World's been out for so long. Well, okay, maybe minus World, but at least within GU and 4U, everyone's already used to having every event quest out. We don't have to wait anymore. In World, it's a matter of that time rotation, right? And yeah, it can be annoying waiting for the proper time or waiting for one of those festivals. Cool, that's done, easy. At least you have the option where everything's out at one point. But for Rise still, because it's still new, they don't have festivals like you mentioned before, but they just don't have a lot of content yet. You know what I mean? Like they could be dumping like one event quest a week that's kind of minuscule, but out of nowhere, they'll probably if they started dropping like 4 event quests like per month, you know what I mean? And they're actually like cool, like, oh, check out this armor, check out this weapon. Even if they're not the best, like you know how many weapons and armors in GU that came out for event stuff that even if they're not like OP or even just really fun to have or like run. Like I remember using one of those Magi armors just for fun, just because it looked neat. And then when I got the the transmog for it, I was like, I kind of still like the style, and I'll run this on something. I couldn't, play around with it more.
I'm actually thinking about it, and like, do you remember in Rise when there was the Monster Hunter Stories quest? They replaced the music with like Stories 2 music.
Yes, and I remember my initial thing was like, "Dang, I really like this song." I think I remember that's what happened when
I love when event quests do that, and I feel like with a lot of the event quests, they've had the opportunity to add like a little twist to the quests. And I kind of touched upon this before, but like, it just goes to show that how like disappointing it is that the Okami quest is a gathering quest. Because like, if it was like a fight in the arena with like Ami's theme playing in the background, which I don't know if you guys know, but the Rising Sun, which is Ami's theme that plays in the final boss battle of Okami, like the final phase of the final boss of Okami, it's fucking the whole game. You go through the whole game without ever hearing Ami's theme once. It's only when she ascends. Really? Yeah. It's only when she ascends to like her true godhood at the very end of the game where you finally hear her theme, and it is one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard in video games. And it's like fucking. As soon as they announced the quest, I was like, oh yeah, dude, they're gonna add Okami music, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be. Oh, you know how cool it would have been too if you could have like slapped in an Okami track, like the theme, like in our hub.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of neat too, because like we have a whole,
But the gathering quest like robs it of that. I don't even think there's a large monster on the map.
Do you in the house when you choose the music in the house to choose in the hub, you can't like preview the song before you play it either, right? Like you just set the song and then you have to check in the hub for it.
I think so. I'm not sure. I haven't really.
In World they have a preview system for it. I remember that, but I don't.
Well, there was a jukebox in World.
Yeah, that I remember, and that was nice.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure in Rise I had to like play the song. I had to pick the song, go to the hub, come back to the house, be like, I don't want that one. So I couldn't like figure out which song it was that I wanted for the hub. I was like, forget it. I'll just whatever's there. I'm just gonna keep it.
Yeah, I don't even remember what song's in my hub anymore because I usually just have my own music on, so like I don't even hear it. now.
Oh yeah, I have yet to turn off music in Rise. I don't know. Maybe it's because I need the music to keep me entertained.
I mean, it's good music. It's good music.
It is. It is. It is. I still kind of want to re-listen to that one. Was it the Yukumo, the
Oh
orchestral
yeah, yeah.
remake?
There are
I
some like
still
really good.
that one's still just really nice.
There
I
are some
really
good
miss that one.
rearrangements there. Um, but I don't know what would
Uh,
Rise do. Like if you were to let's play armchair developer here for a
all
few
right,
seconds, okay?
I'm in my stance.
So Sujimoto comes up to you, Suji P comes up to you and is like, "All right, Kirata, I need you to come up with an engaging end game system for Rise. Something that will keep people playing.
Racing.
Palamute
Oh wait,
racing.
yeah, yeah, and make it an official thing.
Give
Instead,
it
like
online
rampages
play.
are cool, right? But
Yeah.
if you can make a rampage where you have one, part two, part three areas, but
Uh-huh.
you gotta gun it with your I'm sorry, I was gonna say palico with your palamute. That'd be sick. I really
Could you
think that if they
imagine?
made that like a whole side the thing,
Yeah.
like instead of a rampage like category, they had a racing category. Even just a
Do you
small
think?
thing, it would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you think that's
I'm
something that
telling you,
Monster Hunter should focus on more? In that, like,
Monster Hunter Racing.
no. Like, besides the hunting, other aspects
Oh yeah.
of the game that, like, stuff like
Um,
customizing a house or Palamute racing. Like more in
I
depth customization of a house,
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
the world did a great job of like all the pets at home,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Changing like I had the pretty girl whatever the theme to my house, that little like pink doll princess crap, and I thought that was freaking funny and hilarious, and I love the design, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy
Mm-hmm.
that. Like if it's good, you know what I mean? Like people will want to be able to customize their crap so it feels more personable.
Right.
And if you get like a game like Rise where um the gameplay is already like that whole like aggressive and like very fast paced stuff. To
Mm-hmm.
have something small like, oh, you get a pet in your house, you know what I mean, is kind of nice. It's kind of like the um I don't know if this is true for everybody, but I know, like, say for my grandpa who was a veteran, or I think it holds true for most people who were like serving in the armed forces, that a lot of them will be like going from military and then they'll go into like hobbies like gardening or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just something peaceful, something small for them to like, enjoy. And in this game, it's like I'm not saying like, oh, Monster Hunter should have a whole like garden, in the
It's not like
backyard. It's just
yeah. At the end of the day, it's not like an MMORPG like Final Fantasy 14 where you can like
yeah,
do all
do
like there's all
absolutely
these
anything.
systems
Yeah.
that like you can just role play to hell. Like, but like I don't know, just like a nice little break from the hunting.
Mhm. I think it'd be
You know.
kind of nice if you had like a look. Rampage is already really fun, and they can clearly show that they can make a map long enough to do something with it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I just thought it would kind of neat if you had like really quick like Palamute racing something or other.
That'd be
I'm
fun.
not saying that has to be the end game, but it could be something fun that we would have fun with anyways. And then
Yeah, I'd
because
appreciate that.
I can't have fun with Arena as much as I would like to. Now that they have arenas that are an entire map and not like an actual dedicated arena,
Hmm.
I don't know, about, I'm not there.
And rampages are some kind of sick joke. I'm
I
still
don't
salty
I
about that.
don't hate them. I know you don't
There
like them,
needs to
but I'm like
be
I don't hate
like
them.
they well,
Uh,
I don't. I just think they're implemented poorly. I think if you had like a rampage with like a monster like Lao Shan Long or something, I
yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Or something
And
big. I
it's
was
big enough. Yeah, I was gonna say something
because I
big.
remember I was when I first saw the rampage, I was like, oh, they're gonna do this for a really big monster, aren't they? And I thought that's what was gonna be the case for Ibushi. And it was kind
Oh,
of like
that
that, but like not really. It kind of just played out like a regular
it just
rampage in the end.
teased you, bro. That ticked me
Yeah,
off. You didn't die. You just, oh yeah, I'll see you later. I'm like, no. I
yeah.
hate when I see monster and I can't kill it, bro.
I
You know what I
know,
mean?
but I don't know. Do you think we're gonna get a Rise Ultimate? Because like I'm actually in the position now where I'm just like I actually think it's 50-50 whether we get a Rise Ultimate.
I'm hopeful, but I think I'm on the same page. I think I'm 50-50 because I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
50-50 at this point.
Like content wise, we don't have much.
Hmm.
I you know what? I'll say like 70-30. that
Okay.
it will. Because hear me out, when when Gen was out for the longest time, we didn't even know if we would get the double
People
cross
were
port.
we were
We
really
were
certain
like
Generations Ultimate
10%,
wasn't
like we
gonna
were like,
happen.
yeah, we're not gonna get this, bro. And
Eh,
then they finally announced it, and we were
double
like, let's
cross.
go. We were finally in there. I mean, minus like losing out on USJ stuff and
I
like
think World
whatever,
came
but
out. I think World came out before Generations Ultimate, right?
yeah, and that's why USJ stuff appeared in World and not GU.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess they're collab with World and not GU. But Double Cross got it, so I was like, I don't know why
Yeah,
you
Double Cross came out, and then World released internationally,
so sad.
and then Generations Ultimate came out. So it was
Hmm.
like World was sandwiched between the two versions of Generations Ultimate. It was
Hmm.
weird. It was weird because like yeah, a lot of people who played World were like, oh yeah, how about hey, this Generations Ultimate? What, is this another Monster Hunter game? And then they play it and they're like, whoa, it was completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
was
was
always
really
so
happy though.
surprised when Generations Ultimate was still being streamed a lot. It is still being streamed, but like when it was being
Mhm.
streamed a lot more, I was so surprised to see how many people were playing it as like their very first Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Like I've met a
I
lot of people who have started with GU, and I'm like, wow,
yeah. It's
that's
tough too
incredible.
because there's so much
There's a
like
lot.
content to like, you know.
Yeah, I've never seen a Monster Hunter game that has expected you to have played the other games more than Generations.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
just because they implemented something that like everybody can get into. But then I think the only issue is having so many options when you finally find the right one.
it's a bit
That's when you're like,
overwhelming.
okay, now
Yeah.
I can do this. But it's just at the start, you're like, I don't freaking know what Adept is. I don't freaking know what Aerial does or Alchemy, especially if you're just starting
Not
the game. You know
to
what I mean?
not to mention that Generations Ultimate isn't much of a looker on the Switch either. Oof.
You know what? I love the game, but I'm not gonna complain. I could,
It's
if it looked
well,
nicer, yeah. If
have you
I
played 3
agree.
Ultimate on Wii U?
Oh, I did, and I
You
know.
compare you compare
Oh,
3
I
Ultimate to
know.
Generations Ultimate, and you're like, what happened, GU?
It's just the 3DS port, but dude,
This
you
is the
could have done
late. This is like
so much,
yeah,
bro.
from 3 Ultimate on 3DS to Wii U was like 10 times better of a port than Generations to
Hmm.
Generations Ultimate. It was
I
like
think you were running like 1080 60 FPS on like
yeah,
the Wii, and I was
yeah.
like, what? For the Switch, I was like, look, I loved it because it made 3DS HD, but it didn't like go full on console, ability, which is what I was kind of like,
I can
why
count the
not?
individual pixels on this pause menu in GU.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
fair. I'll give you that. That's
my
fair.
pause menu should not be taking up 50% of my screen, okay?
But
My Switch is capable of rendering this better, okay?
I
Trust
don't
me,
know.
bro.
I liked it. I liked it. It was good. But I could agree that if they did like what they did with the Ryu,
Hmm.
I would have been like through the roof because I only ever play that docked. I very rarely play it handheld, especially because Joy Cons are,
I've had like
whatever.
such a dramatic shift in like how much I care about visuals and performance in games because I used to be one of those people who are like, I'll play any game as long as it's good, you know. Graphics don't matter.
Mhm.
And then I don't know what happened, but like over the years I've just been like I really favor how good my games look now. I
Oh yeah,
really favor better frame
how they
rates,
run. Yep.
good resolution. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to me, but I became that guy. I became that guy that loves graphics. Someone
You
said
love graphics, but you
PC
also love
happened. You
English
know what?
dub.
Maybe it was PC happening. Maybe it was because I learned how to build my own PC
Hmm.
and started making like these super juiced up PC builds and like started
Yeah.
showering in all the frames and
Oh my
everything.
god. I thought you were just gonna say I started showering and that would have just.
No, no, yeah, that too. Before I was a person who cared about graphics, I was a
I was
filthy,
sweaty, bro.
stinky
Sweaty.
gamer who didn't never takes any showers. And now that I'm part of the elite master PC race, the elite
Hmm.
PC master race, I take
He
showers
showers
daily
with
now.
his liquid cooling. That's how he gets.
Yeah, I open up my tempered glass case and I'm like,
All right,
take
here
the
we go.
hose and just everywhere.
I I am kind of
And then I
sad though,
use
'cause-
the thermal compound paste as like shampoo. It's true.
no, wait, no, you can't. You don't.
No,
I
yeah,
wanted
no,
to like
no.
entertain the thought. I went, oh no,
Oh no, Tim! Oh no!
oh no.
Well, at least my hair's never gonna get burnt. I guess I don't even know what that would do to my hair.
I know you have nice hair.
Oh, thanks. Wearing
Sorry,
headphones kind of like fucks it up a bit, but or
same,
maybe
but
makes it better.
it doesn't matter for mine because it's just a bowl cut. I'll just like do the dog thing and like wag my like head back and forth. Like I'll do the you know what I mean? The dog thing.
Yeah.
Like when the dogs do
No,
like
yeah,
the
I do
head
it too.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
I used to
And
be
I'm just like, I'm
really,
done.
I used to be really self-conscious because like I kind of have like a 5 head,
No,
a little bit. Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know. I used to have like my bangs used to be like kind of like yours actually. I used to have that Asian boy bowl cut sort of
Like,
deal.
yeah.
You know exactly
Sorry,
what I'm talking about.
I like getting defensive about my bowl cut because it's just kind of a
You don't
fun
have to
fight.
get
But I'm like,
defensive
hey,
about it. It's a
I
good
freaking
look
love
on
a bowl
you.
cut. Look whatever you want. It's got protection from the elements.
Protection from the elements.
Oh my god. But no, yeah. I remember you showed us that picture one time about like you back then in I thought it was high school or some crap where your hair
Probably.
wasn't like the this style or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, my hair has gone through many permutations.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's about as
Hell,
much as we can extract out of that Rise Endgame chat because
yeah.
oh my, we ranted. We were like, if anyone
I was
listens to this, they'd be
going
like, these guys fucking hate Monster Hunter.
Yeah. These guys streamers.
No,
they hate
we
this.
only talk with this much passion because we love Monster Hunter. It's been a big part of our lives, and you know, we want to give it the feedback that we think it needs to hear sometimes, and there's plenty to love about it and not much to hate about it. And obviously, we're gonna focus on what we hate about it, but there's just so much to love about it.
I wanted to do better is my thing. I can complain just for the sake of complaining, which is like a fun thing I can do. But I also all right, let me tie this back. Remember when you were muted earlier?
No,
I'm sorry,
I just have my,
when
I just
when
have
your
my,
volume went to 0.
yeah.
I told him about that. I was like really quickly went, he can't hear me, guys. You can't hear me, yo. Real quick, he told me that I was smart on his stream. It's crazy. I don't know if he clipped it, but he told me I was smart. So tying this back into this moment was, yeah, we love these games, and I love complaining because it's kind of fun just arguing with people. But you were mentioning how like you had to be smart, you had to know the rules in order to bend them, and I was like,
Yeah.
He called me smart.
Yeah,
So I'm just kinda like when I come up with complaints, I always have like so many like
okay,
great
well,
like
hey,
arguments now.
You shouldn't prop up validation that people give you. Okay.
I will though because you called me
No.
smart. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
Because-
I'm gonna hand you an ego check at some
all right,
point.
let's go. Oh, okay.
No, not
Gotcha.
right now. I need to think. I need to sign something out.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, so I want to talk about future plans because I do want to do a Farcasters fashion show in Iceborne at
That'd
some
be cool.
point in the
I would
future.
definitely get on that.
Yeah.
I only have one that I would rock though, because there's one that I like love, but I don't know if anybody's done it. So.
Hold on. Let me.
Future plans, right?
Future. Oh, what up? Future. Okay. The future.
Just put it in like max. Yeah.
No, but like I want to do a because my channel is actually closing on 1,000 followers. It's getting there slowly. Like I think I hit 900 back in like April, and now it's like a slow crawl to 1,000. It's gonna get there eventually, and when it does, I want to like. I mean, I feel like I have the most fun on my streams when I do these Iceborne fashion shows, because it's just like it can get so hectic. There's so much like creative stuff I can do in terms of like the production of the stream, because like just regular gameplay streams, they're fun and all, but like I really like when I can really flex my production muscles and really make it like into like a like a production, like a project, and I think the Iceborne fashion shows are really fun with that. The only problem is I'm usually the only judge, so it's really easy to
like
cater.
Us three,
yeah, it's really easy to cater to my tastes. But then I want people to like have to cater to all three of us. Like yeah, so at some point in the near future, at some point in the future, I want to do a Farcasters fashion show. So
we'd have to come up with themes then too, right? That's how you do yours.
So
right?
the way it works in my streams is that I just come up with the themes on the spot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so like each one of us can like come up with something,
and then I give everyone 10 minutes to make their set. and then that's
Oh yeah, I'm
that's how
down
we
for
do
that.
it.
That sounds fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds really fun.
I like for the last one, I let people know like 2 weeks in advance or so that people could have adequate time to unlock layered armors in the
That
Guiding
makes a
Lands for
lot of sense
Iceborne.
too. Yeah.
And the reason why we do it in Iceborne is because Iceborne lets you have 16 people lobbies.
Yes. Yes.
It,
You
it,
have
it'd
like
be
squads of like 3
yeah.
maybe
It's
per.
not yeah. And that way we were able to do like couples as well. So like people would pair off and then do
Oh,
like
that's cute.
like
I
we
like
like
that.
the final theme we did for our last fashion contest was date night. So and there's a tell system in Monster Hunter World. So you could whisper each other. People were whispering each other, trying to coordinate their outfits, and it all worked out really well. I was really satisfied with that. And then we did something fun where it was like, all right, date night hunt now. So it was like each pair would go out on a hunt, and then I would follow. I wouldn't participate in the hunt. I would be like in the background somewhere with my
Be
binoculars
third
out.
wheeling them. You just be stalking.
Yeah, I'd be stalking them with my binoculars, like commentating their hunt, seeing how well they coordinated together.
Mm-hmm.
They were just fucking hunting like normal, but I mean, it was hilarious. I think someone actually changed their shout outs to be like more date nighty to like fit the theme, which I
Get him,
appreciated.
honey.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
So, oh my god.
Yeah. I think it was Gemp Z. That's who it was.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they changed their shout
Wait,
outs
weren't
to
they
be
the two that won for the date night one?
no, it was another couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just remember them being there. I forgot if they won or not.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun, and I want to really do that again, but like on a bigger scale. So I think making it more of like a Farcasters with like a whole panel of judges, I think would be fun. It'd be like RuPaul's Drag Race or something.
The council has chosen your fate.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you guys want
Would
to
you also
find
want to
me,
do?
oh, what?
Oh, I had one more idea. It's like,
Oh yeah,
would
go
you
ahead.
also want to do it where like all 3 of us like, or I guess it would be asking chat, but if all like you, me, and Forrest would do like an actual game together, like just we would do like a podcast, sure, but in general, just us like messing around with between us 3. So it's not like necessarily a multi-stream like of you, me, and Forrest going live, but like through the Farcasters thing, like all 3 of us just not having the format and playing. I don't know if that's cool for everybody else. If
Well,
that'd be fun.
I was thinking, if we get like a 4th like as a guest, because like last time we had a guest, it was like only me and Forrest. But if we have like 4 people here, it'd be like a nice opportunity to like go out on a hunt or something. I think.
Oh yeah,
like make an exception.
Hunter,
To make an exception to that rule. But yeah, there's many new ideas. I mean, obviously this podcast is still fairly young, still a wee baby. So we're constantly trying to find ways to improve upon the podcast and what we can do and how we can involve you guys as well, because there's a lot of like mutual viewers between the 3 of us, and I think having like a cool like centralized place where we can organize these events would be cool and fun.
Yeah, I was thinking because like I think more community. Well, I guess it is a shared community, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be kind of neat if all 3 of us could do a thing together. But that's why I was like, oh, I don't want to do like we could do it where it's like, oh, all 3 of us on either person's channel or 2 people are live and whatever. But it would be kind of neat if we could do it like for the Farcast too, because it's like,
man, if Capcom's not gonna come out with the events, then we will.
Freaking. We're gonna do Paladin.
Oh wait,
Racing.
I think someone's at the door. Hold on, let me check it. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is this Sam? This is Capcom. This is Capcom. They with like a Mega Buster and they just blow my kneecaps out. Talk
You
shit
got 2 of
about
them.
us
Don't worry about it.
No, both of them.
Oh my god, Forrest is typing in the chat going, is it the FBI at the door?
FBI, open up. Oh my god.
No, I'm not doing that.
Do you have any plans for what to look forward to on your channel?
Honestly, I want to play through stories, and I think the next move it might just be Final Fantasy, because I remember you brought up that you wanted to see me play the Lilty or whatever. Lalafell. So I can't remember the name of it like that way. I don't know. I played the Crystal Chronicles.
Just call them potatoes.
And they're called Lilties. I can't. I like Lilty. It just stuck with me.
Lilty.
I made the first Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles stream I did was I'm the world's strongest Lil T, and I just named my Lil T. like the lowercase T.
Right.
Like, I just thought it was like so funny. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be my move, bro.
That's great. Yeah, I feel like Lalafell would be like perfect for you.
Oh yeah. And then like this little short tiny guy's gonna tank everything, and I
Yeah,
thought
you
that'd be
want it
kind
to
of
be
neat.
Paladin. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun if I
it's
could do that. But
hilarious.
then, how many characters can you have? Because I wasn't sure if I could like, if I am the short guy, like my trans, like my not
Glamour.
transmog. I guess glamour is the term then.
Yeah, and FF14
Um,
is glamour.
like I can't look like a medium height character, so my fashion would be for like this short little guy. So I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if
you can still look
like,
fashionable as a short guy.
well, yeah, because I'm short, but I'm just saying like it's like versus a character that's like 3 feet tall versus like 5 feet tall. You know, you're gonna see more of the 5 feet tall person because there's some people standing at like 10 feet tall. Like like how do you get through a doorway without hitting your head? You know what I mean?
Bend down.
And like you can see them fully, and then the medium size you can see fully, and then you little tiny people you like step on them by accident, and you're like, oh sorry, like I don't
No,
know.
you don't step on them. You pet them.
You did. Oh okay.
Pet
Well, at
them.
least
Pet every
that's
Lalafell you see. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the head pats when I play the game.
Well, if people are looking,
if
people are looking forward to seeing you on stream, where can they find you?
Mhm. Oh, uh,
Are you gonna mess up your own Twitch name like every single
every
time?
single time. I was gonna say karada dot something. I went, wait, no.
Karada dot
I read
sama.
my name. It's twitch.tv/karada-sama. There we go.
And you
I
can
got it in the
find
bag.
all the shenanigans that I've been up to at twitch.tv/Tam. Hold on, I gotta pull up Spotify. Tam Jamming. Okay, because then you pull up the music to.
Oh yeah, you have to get
play
that.
us
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the Farcasters today. Apologies for no Forest, but you know what? She decided to go get vaccinated like a responsible person.
You got jabbed, bro.
You got jabbed, bro. Get jab locked. All right.
Uh,
We'll see you guys in. Have we decided next week?
I don't know. Well, when we go live,
We'll announce. It'll be on Sunday though. It'll be on Sunday. All right, guys. Peace out.
I have food.